Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Backfire Simsport TV. I'm Clyde Whiting, and tonight we bring to you round 4 of the Virtual Racing Association Grand Touring Club Cup from Suzuka. And in the booth with me tonight, I have the usual suspects. I have the King of Holy Mackerel, Bill Switzer. Good evening.
Good evening, Clyde. Good evening, everybody.
I have the queen of the cameras, Sam Boozing. Good evening.
Hello, everyone.
I have the prince of tactics, Marco Namela. Good evening.
Good evening.
And I have the princess of everything else, Pete Bingham. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening, Clyde, I think.
So, gents, we are back again in GT3 action. We've got a slightly subdued field tonight with a lot of call-offs. And we've got the fun but very tricky and can be very slippery Suzuka circuit, Pete. What are your thoughts on the circuit, first of all?
I never used to like this track. It used to be a bit like most of the Japanese tracks you ever went to. Super slippy, really quite technical and twisty and nasty. But whatever iRacing have done with the track surface has made it a lot more grippy. It does not stop you picking up lots and lots of incident points going all the way around it. There's plenty of places to do that, plenty of places to run wide. 130R, which they're approaching, doing massive tyre warming, which doesn't do anything, boys, so I don't know why you're bothering. And loads of places to go off. Well, it does look cool. It gets you in the mood for it and things like that, I'm sure. This chicane just here, lots and lots of incidents to be picked up there. And, of course, pit lane entry is one of the more difficult ones around here. So I think it's a very exciting track now. I never used to like it, and now I think it's a really nice track to race against. I've had some excellent races around here in the last couple of years.
Yeah, it's one of those tracks that appears on every racing game stroke simulator, isn't it? It's in its different guises. Bill, what do you think of Suzuka?
Well, of the Japanese tracks, I think, like Pete said, it's probably my favorite one too. Even though I usually don't do very well here, but it's got a lot of interesting spots in this track. Of course, it's not an easy track. You can get yourself in trouble really quickly, but it's got a lot of high speed. It's got some technical. It's got some tight corners. It pretty much has a lot of the stuff that a good track has. And as far as the Japanese tracks, again, as I say, that we have on our service, I think it's the best one. And having the GT series that we have, GT3 series that we have now, God, it's really been great so far. I tell you, I think it's really a tremendous series, and I think I think we'll have a good show here as well. So looking forward to it.
Marco, I don't know whether you've done any practice around here. 90-minute race, definitely going to be a pit stop. When do you reckon this pit stop will happen, or do you think it will be 2 pit stops?
Yeah, it's gonna be depending a lot of the lap times and like how many laps the race is gonna be. It's probably like 25 laps, probably 26. And if there is like a, let's say, good safety car, you might even be able to one-stop it. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, certainly is. So just something for everybody to be aware of. The Paceworks esports team are running their pink liveries tonight. They are currently raising money for Prostate Cancer UK and Mind, 2 very, very worthy causes. And the link to the Just Giving page is in the chat. The BSTV esports team have also pinked it up for tonight. So make sure you grab a look at their liveries as well. They're looking very good. So well done to Paceworks, and we will see how much money we can raise. The BSTV team have said that any new sign-ups this month, we will split the sign-up fees equally between the 2 charities. So let's see what happens. So, Sam, if you're ready with the standings, and we'll just run everybody through the top 5 in each category. So, in the pro standings, after his win last time out, Abdul Amri is currently in first. Ben Tusting, who's I believe is not racing tonight, is in second. Chris Shaw is third. Craig Cameron is fourth, and Martin Versluven is in fifth. Into the AM standings, and Kevin De Winter leads the way with Ben Cullen in second. Adam Right is in third, Carl Hardy fourth, and Frank Tibosh in fifth. And in the team standings, we have Ascari Autosport leading the way, Team Chimera in second, Dutchies Esports in third, Northern Lights Racing Scuderia Haggis in fourth, and Result Headwear in fifth. So that's you up to date with all your top 5s. We are currently coming up to 7 minutes into our 30-minute qualifying session.
Just for the guys at home, it was the order that Clyde was reading out, not the order on the screen that you saw for the Pro and the Am, but the Team Championship showed up quite nicely.
Excellent. Okay, it's always good to have a few technical issues because it gives me something to moan at Sam about on a Monday morning.
So you need any more of them?
Yeah. So evening to Andrew Hopley, Tyler Newitt, Stuart Dick, and Kevin MKS. I believe that is Kevin Vmont.
All right.
Maybe. We'll find out, no doubt.
Maybe you can let us know.
A little bit of bad news for the viewers. Unfortunately, due to something that has happened in the past, the Stash couldn't get a visa to get into Japan.
I thought he'd got some sort of sexually transmitted infection from a...
Well, that could be what it's all about.
Okay.
But ultimately, it means we haven't got a Stash lap tonight. So I'm sure you'll just have to make do with Pete talking you through somebody else's lap that can actually drive.
Yeah, that'd be good. Have we got any of them?
Well, I'm sure Sam's gone on board with Tice Simon, so when he gets round...
This will be fine as long as he's not got any of his own teammates near him.
Yeah.
Because we do call him
Bob. To the start.
Yeah, so Bob tries to nail it past this Ferrari, gets a bit twitchy under the gas. It's hard actually getting traction around that corner, and we head down the start-finish straight. Or not, we just pull up apparently. So Jamie won't let us down.
He knew you was watching.
Yeah, so Jamie's in a Ferrari, so that's a bit different to the BMW and less likely to career into any teammates. So we fly towards turn 1. You shed as much speed as you can, get a bit of curb on both slides here if you can manage it. Very good. And a little bit on the outside, and then up through the gears, hold the throttle through this one, and through this one. And it continues like this, tightening up slightly on this turn, and then you can open it up a little going around the next one. Again, stick with the curbs. He's going to get held up here, I think, by that beautifully liveried car. This one's hard to get on the gas because you have to wait for ages before it grips up and fires you over the top of the hill here. And then you're up through the gears, and then you drop an enormous amount of speed. Take curb here, lots of it, not that much on the left-hand side. Tuck into this one. That's one of the Degners, I think, isn't it? No, it's not Degners yet. We carry on round here, 200R into the hairpin.
That was Degner, by the way.
Was it Degner? Oh, okay.
Yes,
excellent. And then we continue on our pursuit of victory, hopefully, for Jamie. Get tucked in on the right-hand side here. This is Spoon Corner coming up. Lots of cars run wide on the right-hand side here. Don't hit the curb on the left because it fires you further out. Lose all your speed. It feels like you're going far too slow, but it tightens right up at the edge.
he did that nicely. Wow.
He did. He was very patient, and that's what's required. He's bailing out of the lap though because he got held up by that beautifully liveried BSTV car. Oh no, he's letting somebody faster go, so that was quite nice of him. Into 130R, which you do flat out usually. This is a much more timid version of it. And then braking just before the bridge into this nasty end to the lap, which is the chicane. Grab yourself some curb and then fire it out. Pit lane is on the right just there, which is why it's so difficult to get into, especially if you've got no grip. And there we go, that was a lap, albeit 3/4 of it at speed and 1/4 of it not.
And not bad to do it on the hoof. So we've got some pit lane penalties for our drivers tonight. So Marcus Bletz and Jacob Lebrun, although they can take part in qualifying, they should be starting from the pit lane. And the other one is Ben Gillet, who doesn't seem to be in the server, but if he does join in, then he will need to start from pit lane. Anybody that's not watched this series before, 30-minute qualifying followed by a 90-minute race. The possibility of a random safety car, which is sorted by Sam before the race starts. So we all have to wait and see whether that comes out or not. You'll notice different colours on your timing screen and our leaderboard. So anybody in cyan is classed as a pro driver, and anybody in yellow is classed as an AM driver. And although they're all racing on the same track at the same time, they are competing in different championships. If you have any questions about the championship, pop it onto the chat, and we will endeavour to answer your questions. So, Bill, at the moment we are seeing a decent battle at the top for pole position. And we're also seeing 3 AM drivers in that top 10, including our very own Adam Wright and also the very quick Jeremiah McClintock. So do you think we've got a chance of an AM getting on the podium tonight, Bill?
I think it's a very possibility. A lot of the AM drivers they shouldn't be confused with AM. A lot of those guys have a tremendous ability, and when you split them up into pros and AMs, you went by IR, and they could be the guys that were right on the edge of not making it. So, we like Jeremy McClintock has proved over the 3 prior races we've had, he's very fast. And of course, our own Adam Wright would be nice too. But it definitely is a possibility. Anything can happen on this track. There's a lot, as we've mentioned. There's a lot of spaces where things can go wrong. So yes, it is a possibility for sure.
And Marco, we're seeing AAA at the top there at the moment. Now, he won last time out. We know he's driving a lot of cars because he's in the GT4 TCR League. We've seen him and Stuart taking up the V8s. A lot of people say, and I can't really comment on it because I'm rubbish on everything, but a lot of people say driving the V8s actually helps you drive all the other cars because it makes them seem really easy. Is that true?
Yeah, I think like the technique of driving, it's you need to be so sensitive with the V8 that it actually helps with the other cars too. So like in GT3 the edge might be like you use less traction control to get more rotation out of the car, and because you're used to with the V8 the rear just stepping out every corner. So yeah, I think it helps.
Excellent. So we've still got people joining. We're up to 34 cars now. Currently, pole position is Abdul Al-Amri with Tice Simon second and Martin Versluven in third. And your top 3 AMs are Jeremiah McClintock, Adam Wright and Paul Robinson. So, gents, shall we have a little game of who's going to win the race tonight?
Go on then.
Right, I will start then, and I think that. Oh God. I'm going to say Martin Versluven for the win.
All right, okay. I'll go next. I'm going to say Mr. Jamie Wilson.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Bill?
All right.
I know who Bill's going to pick.
No, you don't. Who am I going to pick?
You're going to pick AAA.
No, I'm really not. I'm not now.
He was going to.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go really, really deep, and I'm going to go for Marco Luert.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, okay.
Interesting.
And Marco.
Yeah, you both pick my like. I was thinking about Versluven and Wilson, but I guess I picked the AAA.
Okay, so at least somebody went with AAA. Oh, excuse me. Right. So I've had some information about some of our.
How about
drivers.
Sam? How about Sam?
Some doesn't count.
Sam doesn't count
Oh,
because he just jinxes them.
Yeah.
I've had some information about our teams and drivers, one of our teams anyway. So Team VTS, which is, there's a Team VTS Germany and a Team VTS USA. So VTS is Vehicle Test Sim Racing. And it's because they are all vehicle test engineers that work for Continental. They don't work on the tyres. They're involved in developing electronic brake systems and things like that. So Marcus Bletz and Marco Luert, they develop the fly-by-wire braking systems. The Stefan Goebel, I don't know if he's actually on the grid tonight.
He is, yeah.
Right, okay. Well, he works in the autonomous cruise control side of things. And those three guys are located in Frankfurt. So JT McClintock, he works on ESC and ESP. And the other American guys are developing things like ABS, traction control, hill hold, brake disc drying, and all that sort of thing. And they're located in Auburn Hills, close to Detroit. So there's a little bit of information about one of our teams and some of our drivers. So if anybody else wants to give us some information about their team and their drivers, feel free to do it. Send one of us a PM and we'll get your gear read out on the broadcast in front of millions of viewers. So, Pete, Suzuka, I like Suzuka, but it's a bit, I always find the racing is a bit marmitey.
Yeah, I do get what you mean, yeah.
Or Vegemite for some of our viewers. I find you either have an absolutely awesome race, and everybody has an awesome race, or it can be an absolute crash fest. I do remember an EEC race where Sam nearly blew his top.
Never happened. Never happened.
He's eviscerated it from his memory. It
Yeah,
was that bad.
All those thoughts have come flooding back now.
Gives him a strange twitch when you mention it, you know.
I'll tell you, I was ready to sign him up for short track dirt racing over here in the US.
I think that's just Sam's Tourette's.
Yeah.
What do you think we're going to get tonight? You know, we've seen. We've seen the class of these drivers, and we've also seen some pretty daft mistakes on rejoins and things like that. So, do you think these guys are good enough to control it?
I think in the first few races, first race, I would have said certainly not. Take it off the calendar because there's too much technicality to this track. now I think these guys understand one another, and it's all about knowing who you can push and when you can push them, particularly around a track like this. It's not somewhere where you can do chance moves. There's a few where you can reasonably stuff it up the inside, but you've got to get masses of momentum going around this track. Plus, you put lots and lots of cars on the track, like we're getting here, because they're still joining.
They are, yes.
Luka Legčević has just joined in his McLaren, so that's a McLaren on the grid. I think it's going to be the first few laps are going to be absolutely pandemonium, I think, and Sam's going to have his work cut out managing to pick the bones out of it. I think there'll be many replays of the first few laps. I think pit stops are going to be very, very difficult if people choose to pit all at the same time. If a yellow comes out early on in the race and they all pile in at the same time, that's going to be like the M25 on a bad Monday morning. I honestly think we're going to get a reasonable race, but I couldn't guarantee what the first 4 or 5 laps are going to be like. I really couldn't.
Yeah, and I think as well, Bill, the drivers are getting into the format now. So, I think we see the first possibly media day and maybe round 1 where drivers were in sprint mode. And now they're getting into and understanding this 90-minute long race, and they don't have to make those 50-50 moves to start with. They can be a bit patient.
Well, yeah, I think it's improved since the first couple also. But like Pete says, and I totally agree with this, the first couple laps are going to be a little bit dicey. You got all those cars coming down, into this really through turn 1 will be bad enough, but then through all the twisty little snake and all that, and through the off-camber corners, and I mean, you get 3 wide in there's going to be a problem. So, there's going to. I'm sorry.
The Degners and the hairpin.
Exactly.
Turn 1, turn 2, turn 3. It's not going to go away for a while.
Exactly. And of course, all these guys are competitive. They want to pick up spots. They want to get up near the front. And you think when you first start out, that's when I can make the best time. If a guy's, 30, what should I say, half a straightaway ahead of you, it's a lot harder than on the first lap. Say, well, you know what? If I just kind of cram it right in there, maybe I can make it. They're not all like that. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, a lot of these guys, if they see an opportunity, they'll probably take it. So, with all the population in one spot, it's going to be very, very dicey. So. Like Pete said, I think after that, though, I think we'll have a great race. I just hope we don't lose a lot of cars and tempers. That's all.
Yeah, well, the guys have got to remember that they do have a fast repair as well. So, that is there to be used. And Marco, what are the off tracks like round here? Because, these guys are in a 90-minute race and they've only got 20 incident points to play with.
Yeah, first I want to touch on that. Like this series, like last 2 races, I'm actually expecting a clean race. So like the last 2 races have been really good. And about the incidents, if you take an off track, you usually end up in the wall. So you don't get that many off tracks.
Excellent.
Good point, actually. You crash around here and it's going to last you the entire race.
Yeah, the wall's really close here. That's right.
Yeah, and they've not made them out of that lovely spongy stuff.
No.
Bloody hell. Right.
While Clyde dies, do you want me to keep talking for a minute?
No, I'm back now. I was going to say there are some daft 1Xs though, aren't there?
Yeah.
I seem to remember one at the Degners.
There's 2 at the Degners. They're awful.
Casio in last corner, you get it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Degner. After the Degner 1, the exit is 1, and then after Degner 2 exit. Those are the 2. But it's right. But if you go too wide on after the first one, you already lose time, and people are pretty careful about that.
True. Yeah, and it kicks you up in the air that first Degner corner as well, and people like to avoid that curb. or avoid hitting too much of it. I think if you hit it with just your right front and not both your front wheels, you're pretty much safe. Welcome to the chat for Annie Conan, who is shouting for Kevin De Winter. Who else is in there? Some freak called Marco Namela. Anybody else new? David
Ayres.
Yeah.
Was joined, yeah.
Don't know who Boxy is. Who's Boxy?
Someone with a square head?
No, doesn't look like it from the picture.
No idea.
No.
No idea. Right, where are we? We have got just under 4 minutes left of qualifying. Martin Versluven, obviously you heard me tip him for the win and has put it on provisional pole. Tice Simons is currently second and Triple A in third. In your AMs, there's no change. So Jeremiah McClintock still top AM, Adam Wright just behind him, and then Paul Robinson.
And the other thing we've got to remember, Bill, with this one is, Clyde referred to it before. This is a long race. It is in no way a sprint. So if they go off full ball, they're going to end up in pretty bad shape, I would think.
Yeah, very true. And you like you said, even with a quick repair, a lot of times if you get damaged, it's going to make the rest of your day a long day.
Yeah, and you can damage the underside of these cars on some of the curbs around here. I've had it happen once. So you've got to kind of be very careful about which curbs you aim at. I've had a few races where I've lost top speed because I've ruined the underfloor of my car.
Yeah, for sure. I would imagine this, like you're saying, it's not a point and shoot place for sure.
Definitely, it rewards smooth, careful driving, and it's very much. You drive around here like you're driving a V8, really, regardless of the car, because on certain corners you're terrified of putting your foot on the gas, and that's every corner for me in the V8.
Yeah, I think Marco touched on it before, which I never learned in my 8 seasons, that you have to drive very carefully and smoothly with a V8, and also this car too. I mean, people think you can slam this thing around. You really can't.
Yeah, evening to Dave on the chat, who's turned up at last.
Yeah, he usually joins halfway through lately, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does, yeah.
Yeah, I think especially on GT3, if you start pushing and raging with the car, it starts to bite you. So some cars it just stops turning, and other cars it flips the rear around. So.
And what's the tyre wear? Oh, that's a bit of a beat up BMW. What's the tyre wear like on the GT3s, Marco? Because some cars it degrades pretty easily. The GTE you can get about 2 hours worth of racing out of a set of tyres if you're careful. What are these things like?
Yeah, I think this should be one of the the higher tire wear tracks, but so was Road America, and it was actually a little bit hotter on Road America. So I think this should be no tire race, but maybe someone burns their tires and needs new ones.
Yeah, because whenever I'm racing GT3s with Gary Craig, he might be watching actually. He always says no tires, never take tires ever, because the 30 seconds or so it takes them to get these things off and put new ones on, you don't get back, do you? There's no benefit to it.
Yeah, sometimes if you're overheating the tires badly, then you might need them and just reset the race basically, but you lose that time.
Yeah.
Okay, Tice Simons, sorry guys, has just put it on provisional pole.
Ah. No other Paceworks cars around him though, no? So they're all safe from him.
Yeah.
As long as he's in front of them, at least they can watch what he's doing.
He doesn't tend to crash into him in qualifying, does he?
No, this is true, yeah.
So checkers are out, so only the drivers on a lap at the moment can finish.
Yeah, and out on track at the moment, obviously you can see AAA there. Martin Versluven is also on track with Jamie Wilson and Chris Shaw. So 4 of the top 5. Chris Shaw looks like he's crawling across the line. Oh, he's done his lap, that's why. Kevin De Winter is still out there somewhere. Robert Schoenlieber is also out there. And there they both are. Little flashy of the lights. Is he listening to us or just saying thanks to Kevin for quitting out? Charles Kellyman is still out on track, as is Frank T-Bosch. I think Robert's abandoned that, and is he gonna peel off to the pits? Yeah.
There's Charles.
Yep. Quite a decent paint job, that, isn't it? I quite like it.
Yeah,
nice looking.
Yeah. Oh, that's an alternative way into the pits. I'm sure you get told off for that, don't you? You entered the pits unsafely.
Yeah,
or whatever it is.
don't do it again.
I think your crew chief says something that probably a lot more brutal than mine does.
Yeah. Usually ends in head.
Yeah. I'm going to have to get that working at some point. So I think is that the last car over the line, or is Martin still on a lap?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't Jamie Wilson still out there too?
Yes, Jamie is. Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out if Martin's actually on a decent lap. I don't think he is.
He looks like he's crawling, well, not as fast as he usually goes.
But the Ferrari looks and sounds like it's not moving very quick, and then you look down at the speedo and it's like knocking out.
He's had 4 yellow sectors so far, so he's cruising.
Yeah.
Jamie Wilson's not improving either.
Same difference with him, correct?
It could be that they've already crossed the line and this is just a slowdown lap.
Yep, very true. Now then, where does the rolling start at Suzuka? I think it's on the back straight. Now, Martin doesn't want to do that in the race.
Did he hit 88 miles an hour and go into the future? What happened on that one?
Yeah, his flux capacitor broke just then, I think.
Oh, there's the grid.
Okay, so I'll do your top 12. So on pole position is Tice Simons for Paceworks Esports. Martin Versluven in second for Dutchies Esports, and Abdallah Amri for Asymmetric in third. Jamie Wilson fourth, Chris Shaw fifth, Jeremiah McClintock sixth, Adam Wright seventh, Marco Lewert eighth, Marcel Kempenaar in ninth, Paul Robinson 10th, Jacob Lebrun 11th, but he will be starting from the pit lane, and Stefan Goebel in 12th.
That sounded very professional of you. 13th will be PVG, Pete Van Gool. 14th will be Marcus Bletz. James Underhill in 15th, Ben Cullen in 16th. 17th will be Kevin De Winter. Ralph Cullinan managed 18th. 19th will be Larry DeLange. Carl Hardy in 20th. 21st will be Robert Schoenlieber. Andy Maxwell in 22nd. 23rd will be Barry Van. I always forget this one. It only says Barry Van on the screen. Engelenhofen. That's why it's not on there, because it's a massive name. And Daniele Giudici. I still can't do it in 24th.
Okay, 25 is Sammy Bytorp. 24th is, I can't read what it says. Sorry, I'm not sure who that is.
26th, Roger Moore.
27th, Charles Kellerman. 28th, Simon Chester. 29th, Frank T-Bosch. 30th, Ray Vervecki. 31st, Alan Toon. 32nd, Tom Stanley. 33rd, Anthony Jacobson. 34th, Luca Legivich. And 35th is Mick Muller.
Okay, so what's happened to Tom Stanley there? He's usually a lot further up.
Yeah, I don't know whether he's lacking practice or just didn't qualify.
See where they are. Oh yeah, they are on the. They're on the back. You are. That's right, Pete. They're on the back straightaway.
Yeah. Won't take them long to go green here. I think Marcus Blatt's just joined in or something.
No, Marcus Bletz has got a pit lane
Oh,
penalty.
of course he does. Sorry. Silly me.
You know, written.
Well, we are in Japan.
Exactly.
Oh dear.
Even a Chinese thing, isn't it?
I think it is, yeah. Right then, last chicane, and then somebody's going to start gunning it down here. He's not gone yet. He's holding him. Now he's gone.
There he goes. Pace car's off.
He's done a great job there of getting that launch.
That's a horrible start, isn't it? That rolling start here.
Yeah.
Especially if you're mid to back of the pack.
He's still in the chicane. Oh dear! Oh
Oh,
dear!
my.
That's expensive. Oh, it's not over yet either. There's a car going backwards at the minute.
That wasn't pretty.
It was definitely Carl Hardy.
Yeah, he got collected.
Martin Van Sluwen, is that the blue car?
No, I think it's one of the other Dutchie's car.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I'm not
No,
sure
I'm sorry,
which
not
one.
him. Robert Shirley.
Larry DeLong. Ooh,
Ooh.
yeah. I'd like to see that from the back.
That was kind of weird.
yeah.
It looked like he turned.
I don't know what went on here. Robert was... Ooh,
Net code.
Net
That's what
code,
went
wasn't
on.
it?
Wow.
Bag full of net code between Robert Schoenleber and... Was it Roy Verwerker?
No, I think it
No?
was Larry DeLonge.
Ah, right, okay.
And I think Carl Hardy was the innocent victim. Well, they were all innocent, but
Yeah.
that was
More
the
innocent.
net code.
Yeah. So at the front, Ty Simons is leading. Abdul Al-Amri is now second. So something's gone on there. Martin Bischeleuven is in third. Fourth is Chris Shore. We're watching him spin at the minute. Oh no, don't hit him. Oh dear. Oh. And I did wonder about the first couple of laps. That's a very second-hand looking Marco Loert, unfortunately.
Yeah.
We were talking about the
Oh,
Continental
good.
boys.
He's going to have to wait and wait and wait.
There goes my pick.
Yeah, that was yours, wasn't it? You managed to curse him good and early, yeah.
Too bad.
Marcel Kempenaar is dropping like a rock. Oh, there we go. Has he spun on his own?
No one near him.
He's gone wide here, hasn't he?
He missed 130 yeah.
Oh, that's snapped viciously.
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't even think he went that wide, to be honest.
No, I don't think he got any tyres on the grass even. Just cold tyres, I think. Here we go. Is that? Oh, that's it from 6 million miles. Oh, that's somebody else.
Anyway.
Oh, that's the Chris Shaw. I don't know how much damage that's done to Chris Shaw. Where's the engine in the Ferrari? Is it in the back?
Middle.
It's in the middle.
Mid-engine.
Oh, that is an unhappy looking Ferrari, that.
That thing hopping.
Chris Shaw's car doesn't look like it's been hit.
That looked like the hunchback of Notre Dame in pit lane there. God.
It was hit square on at the back, wasn't it?
But it looks perfect. Oh no, maybe not.
Yeah, there is damage on the left side.
Left side, yeah, spotted it now.
I think the paint is covering it up a little bit, so...
I need paint that looks like that all over my car.
So it's a battle of the pingies.
I was going to say, this is pink on pink. I'm sure that's a euphemism for something rude. He's gone wide though, very wide. Whoever that was, it's a Paceworks car. Is that Charles? No. Charles is...
Danny Vitor, that is.
Aha,
in the
right.
Paceworks car.
That must be the lead Audi just back there. Is that Tom Stanley's Audi?
Yeah, the yellow one, yep.
Yeah. This is a freight train, isn't it?
He's currently in 21st place.
Yeah. He's certainly got getting some attention from that Huskenveld Ferrari that's just dived up the inside of him. That's never going to stick.
Isn't that Mick Muller, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know, is it?
The green one you're talking about?
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but his name
Right,
was on
okay.
the board there, yeah.
Cool. So that was that a good move there by Sammy? I think it was.
Yeah.
Made his way through and got a gap.
Sure did.
Ooh, this is tight at the front here, is it?
Jamie
Yeah,
Wilson,
Adam Wright and Jamie Wilson, yeah. This has been going on since the off, hasn't it?
Pretty much. Jamie Wilson's dropped back a little ways, though. He was in front of Adam and Jeremiah McClintock at the start, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's lost 2 positions from the start, so...
Right.
He may have lost them avoiding carnage in the middle of the road or something.
Yeah, your picture is Jamie Wilson. Tyler's asking where did Jamie Wilson even lose his places? Was that in the Shaw incident? I don't think it was, because he was ahead of him.
Not sure either.
You're not sure about Chris Shaw?
No, about Jamie Wilson and where he
Trying
lost.
to be funny.
Oh.
Yeah, it might be just cold tires. The first lap is terrible on these cars.
Yeah. I did wonder.
The Shaw incident sounds very sinister, doesn't it?
What do you mean?
Well,
oh, right, just
like
saying that, you mean.
Like he's a flasher or something.
Yeah.
Can you remember the Shaw incident?
See, Tom Stanley didn't grid well, or might not have even put in a quali lap, but he's certainly working his way forward.
Yeah, Mick Muller following him as well.
Yeah. He's about to get him. Well, I thought he was going to step out properly then behind that Ferrari. He was like, "That's Roy Verka." Yeah, Roy even.
Oh, is it Roy? Sorry. I'm getting like you now, Pete.
Don't honestly.
Jim,
you don't
Sam,
want
Bob,
this.
you know.
Yeah.
It's like working with the Dementia Brothers.
That's why Paceworks have got Mind as the sponsor. Help me and Bill. It's funny, isn't it, when you think about originally about doing commentating, you think I can do that. I can read names. No, you can't.
Oh yeah.
No, you can't.
It's not easy.
Leave it alone, Pete. Don't do it.
I've never been good at certain nationality names anyway, as far as pronouncing them.
This is quite a train of cars, this, isn't it?
Yeah, Roy Verka is putting... Ray, as you called him. He's putting on a lot of pressure there, but not going for the out-and-out lunge, which is good to see.
Yeah, he's trying to...
Well,
you were saying?
As I say that...
That wasn't a lunge. It was just... I don't know what Charles Kellyman did there exactly, but he lost a lot of ground very quickly.
He got hit from behind.
I don't really know what happened,
He
if I'm
got hit
being
from
honest.
behind.
Oh, he did, yeah.
Very slow, wasn't he?
That's what I mean. Like, catatonic.
Yeah. But it's, it's still up to the car behind not to hit him.
Ooh, pink on pink.
Also, Verka dropped from the timing screen.
Oh.
Wow.
Carl Hardy is gone from the session. Just in case you hadn't already said that, although I do miss these things.
I guess the pie jokes will be brief today if he's gone.
Yeah, more like small pork pie. You know what? I had a full Sunday dinner today, and I'm now hungry. That's not good, is it?
Perhaps you've got worms.
Well,
No.
I was thinking tapeworm's quite a good pet, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
you can take it for a... Hey?
Keeps you slim.
Keeps you slim, eats what you eat, and only goes for a walk when you want to.
Wow.
Anyway.
That was one of our company cars taking a big hop over.
Yeah, that was
Degner.
Yeah, Degner 1.
a new Apex in Degner 1.
He's just carved it out. Oh, what's going on here?
Tom Stanley.
Oh,
Whoa, baby.
through the hairpin.
Three
What are you
wide.
doing, boys?
Wow.
Sort that out. Tom Stanley's like, yay! 3 positions.
How they missed each other is beyond me.
Yeah, I thought Tom would have got a better drive off of there as well, and in front of Dan, but obviously not.
The Audi doesn't have the greatest of launches, it has to
No,
be
it
said.
doesn't. No.
It's great in the corners. If you're carrying the speed through a corner, it's brilliant. I mean, he should get some really good momentum out of Spoon here. And he is doing. He's in the toe, he's stepping out.
Might be dicey.
No blocking going on, which is good. He's very close, though. Gee whiz, I'd give him more room than that. Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Did I call that or not?
Yeah.
Yes. Why was he that close?
I had no idea.
I mean, that is all Tom Stanley for me.
Yeah, exactly.
He had 3/4 of the track to his left. What's he doing?
No side drafting in GT3 racing. Sorry.
Yeah, there's a small side draft you can get, but it's like you need to pull away instantly when you get it.
Right. Yeah, because otherwise it's going to do the same to you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suck you into the other guy is exactly what
I
happened.
think when Tom Stanley sees that back, he won't be very happy with himself. Oh, there's a
Nope.
McLaren there.
Yep. The only one we've got. Get your marshmallows out.
Ledsovic.
The flamethrower.
It looks ace, doesn't it, when it spouts out all that fire? It's just mint. It's what racing's all about. All cars should have it.
You know, why did
Gee.
McLaren have to go change that? Jeez.
I don't know. I might have that installed on my Mazda.
You got a rotary Mazda?
No.
Oh, okay.
The Wankel rotary motor, no. I don't fancy buying as much oil as I have petrol in the car.
That's true.
So that incident with Tom Stanley has forced Dan into the pits, unfortunately.
Oh, that's a shame.
Well, he had to get some damage with that. Oof.
Well, I had thought that by the end of lap 5 we'd have calmed down. Apparently that's not yet happened.
Whoa.
Kevin is saying, Clyde, I don't see Bill on Grid Girl at Kota. Oh dear. That's more than door banging, isn't it, really?
Straighten him up, though.
He did straighten him up, yeah. You don't really want to have to, though, do you?
Well, yeah, but you don't mind, do you, being hit as long as they straighten you up afterwards?
That's
Well,
right.
I suppose we're not in an official race, but these guys have only got 20x to play with, haven't they?
They certainly have.
So 20x in a drive-through, and then is it every 10 after that you get another drive-through? Oh, it's ugly. Oh, it's not.
Oh my goodness!
Was he trying to get him
Let's
like
put him
over
on
the
his
wall?
rope, really. Now he's turtled.
Yeah. Well, I can't believe that Mick's not going to let him past.
Yeah, that wasn't pretty.
No.
You think Dave Jansen taught him that? I'm only kidding.
And I'm probably going to curse it now, but if you watch these two, this is how you do it.
Yeah, they've been within an A4 sheet of paper of one another for the last like 4 laps.
That's been a great tussle right there.
And to be honest, Adam Wright, he's come on leaps and bounds, hasn't he? He's
Certainly has.
Yeah.
such a good racer now.
Well, we know Jamie Wilson is good, and if he can stay with him like that, he's doing a really good job.
Too right, yeah. You can see Jeremiah McClintock in front. So Jeremiah is the lead AM car at the moment. Adam Wright is the second place AM car. I wonder if Suzuka is just his track. I don't know. He's certainly showing some brilliant form.
I think he's been driving well in every series, to be honest.
Yep, he's improved in V8s too.
He has. I mean, that's where we first saw him, wasn't it? Was it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
So the top three have definitely spread themselves out, and they got a big gap over Jeremiah McClintock.
Yeah, we've not seen much footage of them because we've had so many other dramas going on. The racing standard tonight certainly isn't of what it's been for the last few races, that's for sure.
Well, we've certainly had some interesting things happen in the first 15 minutes of this race.
Definitely, and it goes to what Clyde was saying before. You do get one of two types of race around Suzuka. You either get a crash fest or, well, sometimes it's a bit follow my lead around here, isn't it? But or you get really good competitive racing. And I think we've got a mix of the two at the moment, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. I wouldn't call it a crash fest yet.
No.
I think that 2 weeks have been too long and people are like over eager to overtake, and that's causing.
Very possibly.
You might not be wrong, actually.
That's
People get
very
eager
possible.
for stuff like this, don't? Oh, that's
Whoa!
wow.
James
Ooh,
Hey, wasn't he paying
that's
attention?
Kevin De Winter
Kevin De Winter.
with the alternative route through there. Yeah.
That was interesting.
Oh, he lost it on the way in.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what happened with the other two guys, but okay.
Yeah, and he's asked no penalty, and we don't do penalties on the hop in this series. I know some do, but we resolve things after the race, or let the incident points get collected and punish people within the race through drive-throughs. And you have all the usual iRacing control incidents on as well, don't we, Clyde?
Oh, we certainly do.
Oh, bit sideways.
Oh,
for
uh-oh.
two Mercedes.
That could be a one.
Yeah, somebody's greased the track, but only for Mercedes through the final chicane. Oh, and there we go. Was that James Underhill?
Yes. That's Stephen Goebel.
That is. But
James Underhill was the other one, I believe. You're right.
Yeah, he went to the pits. He rejoined safely, which is a good sign.
Oh, yeah,
and then,
it did cut into the pits.
yeah. So is he the first to blink, or just the first one that needs some new rubber, or new fuel, or whatever?
We're only 17 minutes in.
So, that's a
Seems
two-stop then.
doesn't it? Yeah.
Bear in mind, drivers will be thinking about the possibility of a random safety car.
Yeah, because you could save quite a bit of fuel under safety car, couldn't you?
You could, yeah.
Yeah, the pit window opens at the end of lap 5 or 6, depending on the lap time. So yeah.
Wow. See, I wish I was intelligent enough to work that out, Clyde.
Yeah. Is that true though? Has Marco taken into account the limited fuel?
Yeah. I did a lot of testing for this.
He's a freaking genius, Clyde.
Yeah, I hate him.
Why? Because he can do maths and drive a car fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pete and I live under the theory. We wait till our spotter says, "Get in, get some fuel, you knucklehead."
Oh, yeah. Jamie Wilson finally got it done.
Yeah, he did.
And I'll tell you what, that was absolutely perfect.
Yep.
Good job by Adam Wright, though. He's really did a great job. He's not letting him go either.
Yep, and like Clyde always says, the other person's got to be on the same page as you to do stuff like that, and he very much was.
Chris Shaw's getting in this little battle too.
I think sometimes people just don't realise when they've lost a corner.
And they continue with it, yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna take their racing line, whatever. So we've lost Robert Schernleber.
Oh, he's pulled up.
Oh, there he is pulling up, and bye-bye.
And we've also lost Mick Muller.
Well, goodness gracious.
Yeah, he was trying to push a car over the fence before, if you remember, so I don't know where he's gone.
There he goes.
Has he binned
There
it
he goes. Look at that.
completely? Oh, he's losing it, and round he goes.
Wasn't so bad.
No, but it's...
Maybe just said the heck with it.
I think so. Robert Schoenleber, though, he was doing all right. I
Well,
thought.
he was involved in an accident at first, wasn't he? If I remember right.
Yeah, I think he was. Yeah.
First lap, yeah.
That is a bashed up looking result car, the green one there. The front of it's proper mangled.
Wow.
Yeah, that's Roger Morton.
It's got a bit of a hair lip on that car, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of an Armco barrier application there.
What's going on at the front? Oh no. No, it's alright, it's my timing screen going crazy.
Triple A, whoa!
Oh wow, that is dramatic.
That swapped ends quick, wow.
It
He recovered
really
fairly
did.
quickly though, wow.
Yeah, it didn't hit anything, did he?
No, and we had another car do something similar, didn't we, earlier?
Yeah, wasn't that? It was either Larry or Barry.
Oh dear.
Marco Lewert's on his way again. He's in 21st place. He's playing with Roger Morton, and James Underhill's behind him.
So it's taken a few extra laps than I thought it would, but it appears, for now at least, I'm about to curse the entire race, that everyone's calmed down now.
Yeah, it looks a little more organized, doesn't it? Or what, civilized, I should say.
Yeah.
The sprint race is over now.
Yeah, and looking at the lap times now, I think actually it might go 44 laps only, the race. So I think even with the like heavy fuel saving, even without the safety car, the one stop is possible.
Right. Oh, that was a nudge.
Whoa. He said, what the hell? It's
Right.
broken in the front anyway. What's the difference?
Yeah. Roger decides he wants to continue remodeling the front of that BMW.
Let's see if I can straighten this panel up.
It's going to be so flat soon. It'll be like driving with a door in front of the car.
Kind of looking like a Packard right now, actually.
James Underhill having a small excursion there.
Yeah, nothing too serious though.
I wonder if James's girlfriend is watching us tonight. I know she does sometimes.
What's she called, or don't we know?
I can't remember.
No, okay.
Another Stacy.
Yeah, that might be the third.
It's
Stacey,
definitely not a Stacey.
No.
We've got enough
Yes.
Stacys.
I thought they were all called Stacey. I thought for a while they were all making it up. They're all using the same name.
Can't be Stacy. James Underhill's car is not yellow.
It's true. So Adam Wright has dropped back a couple of positions. Did we see that? I don't know.
Yes, we see Jamie Wilson.
Oh, we did. He overtook him.
Didn't we?
But he's dropped back a bit further.
And then Chris Shaw was all over his rear
Yes,
bumper.
he was, yep. Uh-oh.
Well,
Marco Lewert spun
Oh,
around
okay.
again. See what happened all in his zone. I can see it coming right now. Look at that. Too wide.
too
Yeah.
wide.
Oh,
Yeah.
and he's following, who's that over in the weeds there?
That's a pace. Is that Paceworks car in blue?
That
No.
is-
Did Marco enter the racing line in front of someone?
I don't believe so.
what, on the rejoin?
Yeah, I think he rejoined in the
I
racing
didn't
line.
see that.
I didn't see that either. Oh.
Wow.
He's on his lid.
Now he's turtled.
I think he must have done then.
Yeah. I think that answers all our questions. Thanks, Marco.
Oh. Yep.
Yeah,
It helped.
Who was that hit him? Bunch.
that's Larry or Barry.
Larry.
Barry or Barry, yeah. Like any other Liverpudlians. Oh, here we go. Drag race into 130R, and Jamie's already won before the turn.
Yeah, so up into fourth.
Jeremiah McClintock with a Chris Shaw inside him now as well.
Shaw is just using Jamie, isn't he, to open the doors?
Yeah, excuse me, lads. Open that up for me.
So, evening to David Heavey on the chat.
Who is the Rotamax 125? Any idea?
I know exactly who that is.
Do you?
It's Rob Venn.
Oh, right, okay.
Steady, boys, steady. So nobody at the top has blinked yet. I think that's Marco Lewerk coming back out after repairs.
Yep. That'd be right. Sure, I heard the sound of a blown engine, but I might be wrong.
I've just been told by someone that if the race continues that way, it will start to look like EEC. So please, guy, don't do that to me today.
Yeah. Unfortunately, though, Clyde was absolutely right when he said sometimes they end up as crash fests around here. There are a couple of tracks that are like that. Well, there's more than a couple, isn't there?
There are, although
It lulls people into a false sense of being able to overtake this track. The doors are wide open, and you think, don't mind if I do. Oh no, I've crashed.
it's still the drivers that are pressing the pedals and turning the steering wheel.
Absolutely right.
So that's Ben Cullen has got a rearranged front end. Oh no, that's Roger Morton, isn't it? And Ben Cullen behind.
Yeah, Roger Morton's the one with the redesigned, new, improved Z4 front.
Yeah.
It looks subtly different from the car that's overtaking it, don't you think?
Yeah, and I think you're right. It's got front door aerodynamics on it, hasn't it?
It really has, yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's the 2022.
See,
Yeah,
that's
there you
cheating, isn't it? That's
There you
cheating,
go.
bringing in like remodeled front ends and stuff.
It's the new Z4, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
been pointed out on the chat that Sammy Bytorp is doing really well moving up the field.
Yeah, and everybody around him. So Barry van Englenhoffen is also moving up, and Tom Stanley, 20 places. What's going on there? Told you that Audi was good.
He's also knocked a hell of a lot of people out of his way, too.
Who, Tom Stanley?
Kidding, Tom. Just kidding.
I don't remember seeing him in a nudge, was he?
I think he got in the back of somebody once there. It was
Alright.
not really... I don't know.
I'm sure the evidence is on the front of his car once we catch up with him.
I'm
That
old.
was
I forget it.
Daniele.
Was it?
Yeah, at the end of the straight, just before the left, when they went
Remember
side by
the
side.
side drafting
Yeah, side
incident?
draft from.
Oh, that was
Exactly.
that, wasn't it? Yes, of course.
Yeah, you should probably check your memory or something because that was only 15 minutes ago or
Yeah.
something.
Or start writing shit down, or you know.
I mean, Bill, as an excuse, he's starting to be a bit old, but Pete, come on.
Or retire.
There's a difference.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, it's good to know I'm loved and
There,
needed.
there's a difference. Sam's has a photographic memory. Pete has a pornographic memory. That's-
Yeah.
So we need to put pigs on cards then.
Yeah. No.
Pete remembers all shapes and sizes.
I know. It's not the size anyway, it's the amount of thrust. Talking about cars.
Jesus, yeah. God. I thought you were talking about jet engines or something. Jesus.
So, as you say, I think things are settling down now.
Yeah.
We're almost a third of the way through. Currently, Tice Simons leads the pro class. Martin Versluven 4 seconds behind. And then Triple A. And in the AM class, we have Jeremiah McClintock, followed by Adam Wright, and then Paul Robinson.
Has something happened to AAA?
Yes, Pete.
Good.
And you saw it.
Come on, Pete, please.
No.
He spun all on his own.
On my timing screen, he's still dropping. Or is that just my timing screen?
That's
Oh,
just
it
your
is.
timing screen.
It is as well. No, I'm not completely senile.
I sometimes think you're watching a different race, but
Yeah, it's not last week race.
No. Oh dear, I might just go quiet for a bit.
I think you need a vino, Pete.
Actually, I might go and do that.
I think Martin Versluven had a problem on the last lap. It was pretty slow.
Last lap was a 2:02.7. Yeah, so he's half a second down or a bit more on everybody around him. Tom Stanley with Barry in front of him, or it was. This is back where we are again now.
Yeah, and then Sammy Bytorp is in the pink BMW.
Yeah, these three have been making their way steadily through rafts and rafts of other cars. They're doing a fantastic job. Sammy's got some speed, hasn't he?
Yeah, Tom Stanley is our biggest mover at the moment.
As long as he doesn't side draft anybody, it'll be alright.
You know, besides that, Tom Stanley is kind of one of those unrecognized, really good drivers. I mean, he really performs well in all the series that he runs with us. Really, he really does.
He's clearly very talented on these simulators.
Certainly is.
Yeah, Roger Morton, I'm surprised he's not been in to fix his damage.
I think Roger, I don't know what he races. He races something. I don't know if he does grass tracking or something, but it's probably the best car he's ever driven.
Yeah, it's not Demolition Derby, no? Is that not what he's doing?
Triple A's in the pits, isn't he?
Triple A is pitted, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
First to blink of the top lot.
Yeah, that's
Strange line. Oh, it's not even a decent line, that's why. Sorry, go on, Marco.
Yeah, that's a two-stop.
So he's going to have to make another one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is Ralph Cullinan, sandwiched between Paul Robinson in front and Kevin De Winter behind. That's actually a decent move on the inside of there.
That was
That's
very
that
good
job done.
teammate. You don't think that was a Code 21 there or anything? They're teammates, I wonder.
I don't think they are they?
I don't believe so. Wait a minute.
Who's that?
Ralph Cullinan is
No, he's in...
Result clothing car? I thought they were
Yeah,
going to
he's in
grab.
Result Clothing, that's right. It kind of looked the same there for a minute, that's why I got confused.
I think they made contact then.
Do you? It didn't exactly look like it, but
Paul
maybe.
Robinson's car has got a nasty snarl to it on the right-hand side now.
Well, that wasn't very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah? Contact.
Yeah, they touched on the hairpin.
Thought so. Oh, there's lots of cars piling out now. That's I don't know.
You know,
Didn't get a chance to see who it was properly.
You know,
But
the
it was a car.
Yeah, it was a car. There was a car leaving the pits. That's brilliant.
You know, Pete, the troops are picking on you, but you're very observant.
I try to be. And
We don't.
not
pick
easy
on the
working with these
princess.
people. Hey?
We don't pick on the princess.
Or as some of my friends used to say, if I didn't like you, I wouldn't pick on you.
Yeah, I've had people say that to me. Strange.
It is.
Good evening to John Redwine on the chat. He says Paul's damage is from earlier in the race.
It's a familiar name, John Redwine.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
he's
I've seen him
racing.
racing. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Why are you not racing, John?
With a name like John Redwine, he should be a vintner.
I should be a vintner.
Yeah, you'd be good at it.
I'd be dead in a week.
Doesn't mean you.
This is Ralph Cullinan's doing a brilliant job
Wow.
terrifying the hell out of me every time he goes through some of these corners. He just rolls it through the corner. He doesn't.
Yeah, and Kevin De Winter's doing his usual, isn't he? You know,
Stealth.
starting mid-pack, staying out of trouble, picking off places.
He has the most evil-looking Mercedes, I think.
Isn't it funny how everybody takes spoon a different way?
Yeah.
That's why the black stripe through it is so wide. There's a number of ways you can enter it, and then I've only ever found that there's one optimal way to do it, and that is catatonically slow. If you go through it too fast in any way, shape, or form, you end up running either too wide or spinning it onto the inside, which we've seen quite a few people do.
And that's such a key corner, boy. If you
Yeah.
get that right, you pick up a lot of time.
The entry's always important when you're spooning.
Oh, and that's right, folks. The tone just dropped
And,
significantly.
And Ralph Cullinan, I believe, is in the pits now.
Yeah. Where's he gone?
We've got Jacob LeBrun and Marcus Blitz here, 18th
Yeah.
and 19th.
Sammy Bytorp has pitted the car. He's come out
We
quite
are-
far.
Yeah, we're in safety car territory, aren't we? So
What was the rules on that again?
anywhere between minute 15 and 75.
Right.
Wow. That's a whole hour.
Yeah, it really is.
I didn't want him picking on you about your calculation, Pete, so I jumped in there. I hope you don't mind.
That's fine.
He said what Ben's put on the chat.
What? Cullinan is dead to me. It's funny. Oh dear. So Roger Morton's still going around with the front door attached to the front of his BMW.
You know, Clyde, that could almost be a Lego version of that car looking like that. You know what?
Yeah, it could, yeah.
It's got fire
Top
coming out
two
of that
bidding.
car again. Sorry?
Top two bidding.
Yeah, top two are in.
Oh yeah, two Simons and Martin Van Schluben.
Actually, they're all in. Like,
Yeah,
Wow,
that's
Wilson,
it,
Wilson,
for
Chris
sure.
Shaw.
They're all trying to get themselves safe. Oh dear, that's very
Wow.
sideways.
Wow.
Has he got it? He's held
Yeah,
it.
he
Bad,
did,
nice
yeah.
save. Wow,
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
Heroic stuff.
Bet his tires felt that. Oof.
Jeremiah McClintock stayed out.
So, Jezza McClintock is now our race leader. provisional, of course. Tyler's asking, do GT3s do tyres and fuel at the same time? I don't think they do they?
No, I think it's fuel first, then tyres, is it?
And that's why you don't bother with the tyres, because you never get the time back, as Gary Craig constantly reminds me every time I say, are we taking tyres? When we're driving around these tracks.
I thought he said you don't do enough laps to take any.
Actually, I've been very successful lately. Would you like to guess what my I rating is at the moment?
Oh, God.
Having known what it was in the past.
Has it gone up to 7 yet?
Ooh, where's our absolute shining star? What was his
checked
name?
him lately?
No, I haven't. Have you?
No.
I'm gonna go and check him now. I can't remember his name.
Oh, you know. I can.
Can you? Go and find out.
All right, hang on, I'll have a look.
So the last time we checked our superstar in a car, he had an I rating of, was it 3?
Yes, he'd gone up, hadn't he?
He had. Oh dear. So we're about to find out if our star has moved up or down in his I rating.
Yeah, he's on 2.
He's on 2. That's brilliant. Oh dear.
We
Hilarious.
should have him do stash.
As long as he doesn't participate in the race, it's fine. So Jez is in now,
Yeah.
which might leave Kevin De Winter leading the race.
Yeah,
If
he
you
is.
can get round.
Kevin usually goes
He's in.
long, but he's in.
Kevin's in the pits now, just going
He
in.
loves to prove you wrong, and I love him for that.
Well, perhaps that is... Well, we'll see if any of the others come in now. So Stephen Goebel's in.
Gary Craig is listening and on the chat because he's just put every time. So never take tyres.
Jamie Wilson stretching it out for another lap.
Oh, he is, yeah. Who is?
Jamie Wilson.
Already pitted.
He's already been in.
Yeah.
I've got 0 on my time.
Are you drunk?
How come he didn't answer that question?
Because he's drunk.
All right, who's coming in now? Who's that? It's can't see who that is. Missed it.
I think that was that Marcel, maybe.
What's one of those Ferrari?
Whoa!
Whoa! Chris Shaw parting the tide. That scared the hell out of Ralph Cullinan, I think.
It certainly did.
That scared the hell out of me.
Oh dear, that's funny. Oh my, there's not a lot of room through there, was there?
I'm getting out of here.
Kevin did well to stay out of that. Innocently coming out of the pits.
Yep, Tom Stanley has just overtaken Stefan Goebel.
So this is Dan Giudici.
Giudici. I'm never going to remember to say it like that, you know.
Guadici.
That sounds better.
That's Giudici.
Giudici.
Guadici.
Welcome to BSTV's Learn Italian in one lesson.
Let's learn names together.
It's like for
Good one,
5-year-olds,
good
yeah,
one.
so that we've got a chance, yeah.
Yeah, as long as they're not Finnish, because then they're all Marcos,
Yes.
as we proved last night.
One of my favorite Finnish people is Timo Solani.
Sounds like a sandwich.
He was a hockey player. A really good one, too.
Yeah, pretty good one.
Pretty good. He was very good.
Yeah.
So how has Ben Cullen got to the top of the AM pile? People?
I think he's doing 2. He must be doing 2 stops.
Very, very short stop.
Yeah.
Only 10 seconds for Ben.
Wow.
That's
Feel long, then.
just enough to sign a few autographs as he pulled in. Maybe got an espresso because it wasn't long enough to have a full cup of coffee, and then set off again.
Ben, are you two stopping?
How is he supposed to communicate that? He's flashed his light.
Flashed his light.
Does that mean yes or does that mean no? Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
I
The most
think
useless question ever to ask a racing
Flash your
driver.
lights for a yes.
You know what? He's going to show the back of the car for ages. Oh no, here we go. And what happens if it's a no? He just doesn't, and we watch
Yeah,
it. for the next
he
20
wrote
minutes.
it on the chat.
yeah, means yes.
It's great that we're so professional, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my word. We got 26 people watching at the minute.
So I can't remember whether that was a yes or a no now.
Oh dear, that's funny.
He
Oh,
just
dear.
said on the chat that he has split it for fast repair.
How is he doing that and driving the car at the same time?
Yeah, I think he might have to go to the pits once again if he's still trying racing at the same time.
It's unreal. Oh dear. Yeah, 26 people are watching. 25 of them don't know what's going on at all.
Well,
And
I'm one of them.
Yeah.
neither do I.
Oh dear. He says he has a latte.
So we are just over halfway. Let's have a look at the top 10, shall we? So Tice Simons is still in the lead. Martin Versluven is in second. Abdul Amri third. Jamie Wilson fourth. Ben Cullen fifth. Jeremiah McClintock in sixth. Adam Wright in seventh. Pete Van Gool in eighth. Chris Shaw in ninth. And Kevin De Winter in 10th.
And in the AM standings, we have Ben Cullen in first, Jeremy McClintock in second, Adam Wright in third, Kevin De Winter in fourth, Ralph Cullinan in fifth, Stefan Goebel in sixth.
Barry Van Engelhoven.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Eric Van Engelhofen in seventh.
Should we just give him a rap name like B-Van?
Hang on, what BVE? No, that can't be right.
Paul
We'll
Robinson,
think of something.
Lucas Delange in ninth, and
Larry.
I'm sorry,
Larry.
Larry Delange in eighth,
Make it up as you go along.
Andy Maxwell in ninth, and James Underhill in 10th.
Dan Giudici has lost connection.
Oh, you're joking. Oh, Yaz as well. Tom Stanley grabs himself yet another scalp.
He's still going forward.
And David Heavey on the chat is trying to convince everybody that he knows what's going on. We're not having any of that.
No, that's just not happening, is it?
Yeah, about as silent as the pee in swimming. Get out of here.
Oh dear, that's funny.
Yeah, looking at the pit stops times and AAA, I think he's fueling less just to have an even stints or something like that. He had a so much shorter pit stop, or maybe it's just the filling was faster because he did it earlier.
Okay.
It's a daft question. Do they
Really? You do surprise me, sorry.
do they fill at different rates, the different cars?
Oh.
No, it's the same speed.
Do they have different fuel tanks or not, or is it the same
Yeah.
size tank?
Yeah, some
Oh,
have.
they did, yeah. And I think that's what Clyde's struggling to aim at. If you wanted to fill the car and you'd use the same as another car, then it would take a shorter time, right? If you've got one car over another.
The fueling time has been like it's fixed for the rate of like percentage of the
right.
fuel tank, so it's same every car.
That's a bit naughty. So this is Marcel Kempenaar, getting some Simon. No, it's not. It's
James
James Underhill.
James is
Marcel's
having a
car.
quiet race, isn't he?
He kind of is and isn't. He was in a train of other cars before, but he was keeping his nose clean, staying well away from them and letting them do their own door banging. So there's 26 people watching, only 12 likes. Why don't people love us?
Did you get more likes last time when I wasn't here?
I got 50.
Was that just you?
Clicking it loads, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Tyler, why don't you like me then if you don't love me? Or if there's not a button for loving.
We got Ben Cullen and we got Jeremy McClintock fighting it out here with Adam Wright not too far behind them.
Yeah, I think Jezza's quicker than Ben, isn't he?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, Dan Giudici is connected again. Obviously, he's going to be laps down, but
and he'll have to tow now as soon as he gets back in the session,
good
which
to
is
see
gonna
him
be
back.
rubbish. Yeah.
Yeah, you think he paid enough of a price by losing the connection.
Sam's got a fanboy and Tyler knew it.
That sounds very pervy, Tyler, unfortunately. Is that to do with pictures?
Oh dear.
Tyler, remember what we said before? If we didn't like you, we wouldn't pick on you.
So Tyce Simons has certainly got control of this race, hasn't he?
He has at the minute, but we don't know that we're not going to get a safety car, do we?
No, we certainly don't know that. And I'm just trying to see on the track map whether he's going to start hitting traffic.
What? Is that figuratively?
Well, yes and no.
Right.
He's got a little gap in front of him, but he's going to have to work his way through traffic. And we've seen him.
Ben Collins in the pits, excuse me.
It was really bumpy, isn't it?
It is, yeah. He's gone in for his pan au chocolat now to cover off his latte.
I don't know, but I think I saw damage on Ty's front right, I think.
Say that again, sorry, Marco.
We'll have to have a look.
I thought this earlier, if you're talking about the front right of Tyson's car.
Yeah.
I think he's had a bit of a nudge somewhere. It's definitely separated.
Yeah, it's got a little damage there.
That's probably curbs. You grab a lot of damage in DZ4 when you hit curbs a bit too hard.
So do you think that's Degna 1 then?
Yeah, probably. And that doesn't hurt the car at all.
It certainly pushed the front of the wheel arch in, hasn't it?
I was just going to say the wheel arch looks out of shape. Yeah.
Not as poignantly as Roger Morton's one though.
No.
Where you can see his feet sticking out of the front of the radiator. Let's have a look. He's not fixed it yet. Here he comes. Hey, new car coming to Roger.
Good man.
That was a good pit entry actually.
Kevin DeWinter and Tom Stanley.
Yeah. Tom Stanley's next victim is a Mercedes.
So just for David Heavey on the chat, what I was getting at is Tyce isn't the most patient of drivers. But the gap that he's got should allow him to be patient.
He did take out half the field at Silverstone, didn't he, at Village?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Harvey's team.
And I believe at Daytona he had kind of a questionable shunt there too.
Where, sorry?
Daytona
What happened? Oh, no, he did, didn't he? Yeah.
on the banking, I believe.
Yeah. Oh, dear.
Yeah, I think that was with David Ayres, I believe.
Yep, that's right. And
The-
Media Day was a Paceworks cannonball, wasn't he?
The pit window is open for the last stop for everyone.
Okay. Let's see how many people make use of that opportunity.
Okay, we've lost Luka Ledjevic.
Oh, he was the only McLaren.
Damn. No more flamethrowers.
No.
These cars, when they have a backfire out the exhaust, it's just a little blip. It's nothing to it.
Mm.
German, they don't waste anything.
No.
I think
Lovely-
Ben should
lovely
ride a
line.
block while driving. Is pretty active on the chat.
I'm pretty sure that's why he used to crash so much, and he's obviously honed his communication to perfection now.
Look at this, huh?
Oh. Kevin's letting him go.
Yeah, he did. He gave him room for sure.
Look at that, there's space in the bonnet of that Mercedes for your lunchbox.
Throw a cannonball down through there. Wow.
Yeah.
Must be a hell of a...
Ben had a chocolate eclair while he was in the pits. That's pretty good, pretty good.
I could eat a chocolate eclair.
You could always eat anything.
Have I got anything? Oh, I've got a wagon wheel.
Tom Stanley's now in ninth. Boy, he's done a great job.
I shall be back in a second, guys. I'm just going to go and fill my glass.
That's a euphemism.
All right.
He's going to go and knock one out. What's Dave saying on the chat? But is efficiency worth it when you can't throw flames half a meter? Well, of course not. We want to throw flames. That's what this is all about.
It's exciting, yeah.
Yeah.
It's showy.
David Heavey, is the wagon wheel jam or not? It's not a wagon wheel if it's not got jam in it. I'm sorry. It's just a wheel.
Looks like Ty Simon's coming up on the back of Jacob LeBron to put him down another lap.
Richard also. Sort him out, will you, Marco?
We have to remember that's his teammate talking, though.
That's why I was saying it.
Yeah, he's making a comeback, I heard. But
What, from way back?
yeah.
Is it like the furthest comeback ever known to the human race? Not seen him racing for ages.
Yeah, he's been stuck with the flight sim thing.
Oh, the Microsoft one.
Yeah, I guess.
Here comes AAA again into the pits on the bumpiest pit road known to iRacing and the human race. You think they'd get it smoothed out, wouldn't you, really? It's not like they're struggling for cash.
Whoa!
Oh,
James,
no, James.
Oh, that hurt.
Oh, that looks like Roger Morton's BMW now. That was all on his own, I think, as well.
Yeah, it looked it, yeah.
Hey, well, Simon Chester. He's not the fastest bloke in the world, is he? But he stays in there and stays relatively damage-free.
Yeah, his car looks pretty clean, actually, doesn't
He's
it?
gained 9 places since race start.
Good for
That's
him.
Good effort, yeah. We like that. Tyler says Snetterton has literal shelves in the pit stalls. It takes the cake for the bumpiest pit lane. It is actually pretty rough down there.
Too bad they don't have bumps at Le Mans. Gary Craig wouldn't have rolled 13 garages backwards.
That was funny.
That was hilarious.
But if it was, it might have flipped the car.
That's true.
Ooh, Sammy Bytorp got quite a lot of rear end drift on that coming around the last turn.
Triple
Here's
A's back
Triple
out.
A.
He's in 7th place.
Okay, I'm back. What have I missed? David Heavey. Yes, it is a wagon wheel jammy that I am about to eat. What's happened to James Underhill?
He has redesigned the front of his car
Okay.
using a wall.
Like we had mentioned earlier, go off the track there, the wall's awfully close.
Yep.
Here's Kevin DeWinter. What's going on with him?
He's going to spin it.
Oh, a little wide.
He's going to spin it. Oh, he spun it.
He had that under control as well, didn't he?
He did for a little while, and then it said, nope, you're going anyway. No harm done, didn't hit anything. Back on the track, keep going. No. Oh. We're watching a replay clearly because I am showing nothing on my screen. Sammy Bytorp, what's going on?
Well, he's really charging around today, isn't he, Sammy?
He is. He's got the bit between his teeth, and he's
certainly is.
picking them up and putting them down, as you normally say, Bill.
Yes, he is.
Anthony Jacobson's BMW looks a bit crinkled. This is blue on blue, potentially, going into 130R.
Mr. Cullinan and Mr. Van Gool are in the pits. I believe they're leaving now.
Yeah, Martin Kempenaar went very, very wide there to avoid his teammate. Whoa!
A little squirrely there from AAA.
Yeah, he's prey for Chris Shaw now. Ferrari on Mercedes-Benz. How long have we got left? We've got 29 minutes-ish, haven't we?
Yep, just a little less than a half an hour. That's correct.
Marcel Kempenaar, just out of interest, is new to the series. He was our first reserve.
Welcome.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He's doing a good job as well.
He's not doing badly at all, really.
Ty Simons has a 9-second lead at the moment. Still no sign of that safety car. How long's left before we have to say it's not going to come out? Is that another 15 minutes-ish?
Yeah, 13.
Yeah, 13 minutes, right. We're watching AAA in your inset picture with his rig and his VR set.
He and Chris Shaw are fighting for 6th position.
And it looks like AAA's had his haircut specially for us tonight.
And he's got his heart monitor going, but it's a bigger number tonight. I mean, it's a bigger... The display is bigger than it
graphic, yeah.
He's actually running on higher revs too.
Oh, is he? Yeah. Maybe put a little more gear in it, huh?
So, just to remind everybody where we're at. So, Ty Simons is your race leader. Martin Verschuven is in 2nd place for Pro. Jamie Wilson is in 3rd for Pro. 4th in Pro is AAA, who you're watching now with Chris Shaw breathing down his neck. In 5th. Or now 4th, just as I say that. And then, Sammy Bytorp is now in 6th.
Oh yeah, by the way, Chris Shaw took tires on the pits. On his first stop, yeah.
Right, okay.
I was going to actually ask what happened with Chris, because he was following Jamie Wilson through, wasn't he?
Once upon a time he was, yeah.
Looks like Adam Wright's giving a handful of difficulty to Jeremy McClintock. Jeremiah, I'm sorry.
I'm going to have to make a correction on my listing. Thomas Stanley is 6th. It was my timing screen that was going mad. And then in the AM class, we have Jezza McClintock is leading. Adam Wright is in 2nd place. 3rd is Kevin De Winter now, so he's stealthed his way up like he always does. Barry van Engelenhoven is in 4th. 5th is Paul Robinson, with Ben Cullen in 6th and Andy Maxwell in 7th. Oh dear. That's not good at all. PVG on his lid. Who was that absolutely tonked him?
Pete Van Gool, isn't it? Or was it?
No, was it?
Oh,
who
boy.
is that?
Yeah, Turtle.
It was Marcel Kempenaar that done that. He can't redress the position even if he wanted to because he managed to get him onto his lead.
He'd have to go flip him back over.
Yeah, I was saying he could have turned around and hit him again.
Could have done.
Adam Wright and Jeremiah McClintock still going at it.
Yeah. Adam Wright's taken a huge amount out of him there.
Boy, he's giving them all he can handle, I tell you.
Well, he's going for the AM win.
Good for him. Go, baby.
Must be that new pink livery.
Well, he knows a good team and a good cause when he sees one.
I don't understand what's happened with that Marcel Kempenaar even, and PVG. That just looked bizarre.
It's speaking from a rubbish racer's perspective. I've had that happen to me in the past where somebody's come past me and basically cut in front of me and made me lose sight of my braking marker.
Right. Yeah,
or even worse, you cut in front and brake early.
Yeah.
Because you're offline.
Like that, yep.
Yeah, I suppose we'll have to see it from a number of different angles.
Yeah, it's happened to me in official races. Like I say, someone's cut in front of me and I just haven't been able to see my brake marker and I've punted them off and gone, well, you're not going to overtake me again.
So there.
Yeah. Is this it? This is it.
We're inside his car.
So here we go.
Oh, he did get on the binders. He
Oh
sure
yeah, that's a really early brake marker there.
Yeah, he did. He hit the binders pretty hard right there.
Yeah. Agree with both of you.
Good call, Marco.
And Tyler's called it on the chat as well.
We've got a couple teamies going at it here.
Yeah, but I don't think we'll see any naughty stuff here. That'll be proper blue on blue, that.
Jeremiah McClintock's pulled out a little space between himself and Adam Wright.
Yeah, I get the feeling though that Adam will pull that back because he's very competitive in this car.
He really is.
And just looking at our two guys that had the penalties and started at pit lane, they're up to 14th and 15th respectively.
Yes, they are.
Yeah. And they've followed each other all the way through the race so far.
Chris Shaw bidding.
Chris Shaw's pitting. So, Ty Simons continues to lead over Martin Verschleven and Jamie Wilson, with AAA in 4th, and Chris Shaw, who you can see in the pits, was, at least, in 5th. Let's see if it's a splash and dash and he's back out.
He seems to fix some damage too, so...
There we go. Back in the race. And hasn't yet dropped another position in the Pro class. He's dropped positions in the race, but they're against AM cars. This must be the black and orange section of the race.
Well, Halloween is coming up, so...
Yeah. Oh, that's a let, isn't it? Oh, is he going to remind? No, he's controlled that very well, Ralph Cullinan, so very good. Jacob LeBrun is his next victim. Quite handy in this car, isn't he, Ralph Cullinan? Alan Toon on the chat is trying to herd sheep, apparently.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Come by.
Come by.
Waiting for a whistle. Every man... What is it called? One man and his dog.
Grey whistle test.
Oh, the old grey whistle test. That's it. Oh, dear.
Is that, yeah, Jamie Wilson right there.
Yeah, Jamie currently sitting on the third step of the podium. And he's got a big gap in front and a big gap behind.
Certainly does. No man's land.
I was going to say, he approached the back of Jezza McClintock's car like he was going to go through it, and Jeremy got out of the way. He's got 11 seconds to Martin Verschluven. So this isn't going to help Jamie Wilson, because Ralph Cullinan is getting very fighty with Jacob LeBrun, and they are covering 2/3 of the track at the moment.
Got it done.
Jezza's got
Jamie went through.
yeah.
Sammy Biderbean.
Well, that's interesting, because he's quite high up in the Pro class at the moment. He's going to drop quite a long way.
I'm showing him in 16th place.
He is now. He was a lot higher than that. 16th overall, isn't it?
Ralph just went wide, but Jacob wasn't close enough to make any use of it, but it let Jamie Wilson get past.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jamie didn't have to work hard for that one. It just, the road opened up for him. Oh,
Bit
here
flashy lighty here for Jezza McClintock.
We've got 2.5 minutes left.
Sammy's off the track on turn
safety
one there.
car.
Oh, right, okay.
And here's your first and second place in the AM division. Jeremiah McClintock and Adam Wright.
Yep, still very close together after all these laps, aren't
Yeah.
they? They're on lap 36.
Doing a tremendous job.
And of course, what we've got to remember is it's not a short lap round Suzuka, is it? It's a 2-minute lap.
There's no time to rest on this track either.
No, the only time you get is on the front straight and Suzuki straight, which is the back straight.
Yeah, 17 turns on this track. 3.61 miles.
Pretty long lap, actually.
It is.
Yeah, we should be expecting the top 3 to pit in 2 laps, within 2 laps.
We've got 1 minute left of the safety car period.
Well, it's not looking likely, is it?
Ask Marco how many laps he did in F3 here.
Yeah, about 1.6k laps in a week.
What?
Good lord.
You what?
Why?
Had you had several thousand bouts of amnesia?
And it's a fun track, and it's my favorite track.
What?
And
In the
yeah,
world
I
ever,
was
ever,
excited
ever?
about it. Yeah, I actually been there in live too, so yeah.
You've been to
Wow.
Suzuka?
Yeah, I watched
Really?
F1 in 2016.
Oh, no kidding. Wow.
I'm just watching the countdown to see if this safety car is going to come out. 2,
For sure.
1. No safety car.
No safety car this week unless we get a mega pile up.
Was that
And
Chris
then
Russell
remaining
by
laps.
Ben Schluben? Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
So
Yeah,
Adam Wright's not giving up this AM podium top place finish, is he?
He's not. He's closing in on Jeremiah McClintock.
I was
Bit by
trying to
bit.
say win, but it just wouldn't come to me.
Yeah, you can't be as professional as me.
No, that's right.
Speaking of which, I'm going to go and get a drink.
Well, there you go. There goes Princess Pete. So
Yeah, I
we've got-
need to drink too.
go on, Marco. Oh, well, you're going for a drink as well. That's it. Everybody leave me.
Not
14
everybody.
minutes to go. Tice Simons has a 12.5-second lead over Martin Versluven, who has an 11-second lead over Jamie Wilson.
Pretty spread out, huh? Up in near the
Yeah, in the AMs, obviously the battle on your screen is for the AM win between Jeremiah McClintock and Adam Wright. And Kevin De Winter is currently sitting in third place in the AMs,
Yes,
7th overall.
Is that Adam Wright?
That's Adam Wright in.
This may shake things up a little bit, huh? Jeremy McClintock's had to drive pretty hard all day. I can't believe he doesn't have to stop again.
Yeah, I think there was a multi-21 there between Stefan Goebel and Marcus Blett.
Yeah.
So I believe Adam Wright has come out still in second place in the AMs.
Wow. So far on my screen it says that, but I'm not sure yet. And Tish Simons is in.
Yep, so leader is in.
And Martin Van Schluven goes sailing by the start-finish line.
What does Jamie Wilson do? Jamie Wilson comes in as well.
Triple A, whoa!
Whoa, brother. Too much loud pedal.
You swap dance like that a couple times today. Shows Martin Van Schluven in the lead at the moment.
Yeah, it's just whether he's got to pit again.
Is that Jamie? Yeah, that's Jamie Wilson that was just in the pits. He's coming out now.
Yeah, that spin cost AAA position against Jamie Wilson.
Yeah, sure did.
And I think Martin will pit this lap.
Surprised Jeremy McClintock hasn't stopped yet. Jeremiah.
Yeah, Martin's in.
There he is, yep. And it looks like we have 10 minutes to go. That looked a little quick.
Did he get that stop?
That looked a little quick to me, but...
Yeah, no penalty.
Coming back out.
Yeah, back out into second. So we wait to see whether Jeremiah McClintock needs to pit or not.
Yeah, I think he pits this lap or maybe latest the next lap.
Yeah, he's got to stop, I would think.
Have they organised it so they all end up at the same point on the track at this point?
Yeah. Paul Robinson is in.
Yeah, I think Jacob LeBrun might try one-stopping this. He pit at lap 22 and it's gonna be really close.
Who was that, sorry?
Jacob.
Yeah, LeBrun.
Oh, right, okay.
And Margot Blitz.
I was just going to say, in that case, Marcus Bletz must need to, because he's literally followed him the entire race.
Okay, here comes Jeremiah McClintock.
Yeah, so how close can Adam Wright get?
And how accurate is Marco Namela with calling these pit stops?
He knows his stuff, man.
Yeah.
He's talking to the drivers.
Yeah, I have to thank Marco Leverth for giving me some tips.
Right.
Oh, Adam's going to do this.
Hmm?
Yeah, he is. He's going to get ahead of him.
He is.
Yep, he went by.
It's not going to be by much, but it'll be by enough, and that's
Yeah.
all that matters.
7 minutes left.
Yeah, last couple laps have been really good from Adam Wright.
Yeah, he's had a clear track, hasn't he, which has helped. So Kevin De Winter's in and out. Wayne Sanderson has just woke up. You missed everything, Wayne.
Well, Wayne Sanders is probably basking in his victory Friday night, so
Yeah. He's probably just sobered up.
Yeah.
maybe.
So this is your race leader with an 11.5-second lead
Wow.
with a smidgen over 5 minutes to go.
And don't forget, everybody, the reason these cars are racing in pink is to raise as much cash as possible for Prostate Cancer UK and Mind Charity. So please give generously. The BSTV cars, such as Adam Wright, are also running pink in support of the same thing. And there's one on your screens right now.
Yeah, pink cars are leading the both classes.
Yeah. Maybe that's a good sign for both of those charities. That would be nice. Two things that should be controlled and cured by this point.
That would be good.
Unfortunately, Adam's going to want to keep his pink car.
Yes. It's true. It's his lucky pink car now, isn't it?
I think I see Jeremy McClintock in the background coming after him. Still got a ways to
You
catch
do
up.
see him, but he's a reasonable amount back, 1.6 seconds. So it's going to take a small miracle for him to cross that gap.
Yeah,
In,
and we're coming up to it pretty quickly here.
yeah. And Jez is only going to have taken fuel. He won't have taken any tyres because it'll just be too much of an impact to his time if he did.
Looks like we have less than 4 minutes left.
Yep, good call.
Yeah, it's 2 laps. It's gonna be really tough on LeBron and Marcus Pledge for finishing.
Yeah, it
They are
didn't
one
work out.
lap down too. So that's gonna be 44 for them.
And incidentally, with the next race being on the 1st of November, the BSTV team will be switching to the Remembrance Day paints for the month of November. They are currently in the making.
Yeah, Leonardo D. Whiting is working on this as we speak.
Yeah, he needs to do one for the GTE C8 Vet, by the way.
We've got one.
Not a Remembrance Day one.
Oh no, we've got a team paint.
Yeah. Yeah, I crash it all the time. I mean, race it all the time.
Yeah, Theist has been dominating this race.
Certainly has.
Right from the very start. We've had temporary leaders in between his pit stops, but other than that, it's been a very commanding lead. And as long as he doesn't bin it or find one of his own teammates to crash into in the meantime, he may well win this.
Well, you know he's had a quiet race because he hasn't got angry.
Yeah.
He can be angry Bob sometimes.
Yeah, Angry Bob. That's
Yep.
his new name. Well done.
His left-right corner is cringing though.
The front right, you mean?
Yeah, no, yeah, front right, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Degna 1 over and over again. I think it's making the damage more.
Yeah,
Yep.
this is his last lap.
Mhm.
He's not going to get to the start-finish line before the time runs out.
Fortunately, in iRacing, you can't knock the front suspension off. Unfortunately.
all of that will come eventually.
So these guys have got 1 lap to sort this battle out.
Well, Jeremiah has brought that gap down by about 3 or 4 tenths.
Yeah, it's still going to take a miracle. He's pretty far behind. You know, even if he gets up to him, it just don't blow by him like nothing. So
No, true. And they're in there exactly the same car, so
exactly. Yep.
it's not like there's going to be any kind of advantage on a certain bit of track or other.
Well, after all this time, to finish that closely together, that's pretty amazing.
And before we go too far without saying it, Tom Stanley is doing an amazing job still.
Oh yeah. Oh boy, you got traffic here.
It's coming to the finish line.
So here we go. Ty Simons, final corner.
Yeah, well done.
Wiggle.
Nicely done.
Right, let's be totally biased now and get on that AM battle.
Yeah. Here it is. Onto the back straight. This is where Jeremiah will get the greatest of benefit.
Unless he goofs up Casino and last curve, he's got it. Or was it Casio? It might be Casio, I'm not sure.
Casio in it, yeah.
Yeah. Close though, look at that.
Yeah, not much in this. As Adam Wright takes the victory in
Well
the AM class.
Well done, Adam Wright.
Well done, matey.
BSTV Sports all the way.
I think pink is the color of the day.
It certainly was, wasn't it?
This will be known forever as the Pink Race.
A team parade here. Sammy Bytorp and Tish Simons.
So before we get the official results, Ty Simons takes home the pro win. Martin Versluven in second, and Jamie Wilson rounds out the pro podium. Adam Wright takes home the AM win with Jeremiah McClintock in second, and Kevin De Winter props up the AM podium. Still got drivers finishing.
I didn't see anybody get a drive-through penalty, which is a surprise.
No, that was. I think we said before, you know, it's in your head, isn't it? We see in the GT4 race on Wednesday that you know, drivers were getting, excuse me, near the limit, and then changing their driving style.
Yeah, and it's one of those things that sits there bubbling under the surface in every corner that you approach, and you attack it a little bit with a little bit of reservation each time. And I suppose you just got to hope that everybody does. Right, so should we go through the field then? Do you want me to go through the whole thing? Or just the pros, or what do you want me to do?
No, just do the whole finishing order.
Okay, so your pro race winner, race winner overall is Tice Simons from Paceworks Esports. Congratulations, Tice. I'm sure we'll end up talking to him shortly. Martin Versluven for Dutchess Esports finished second. Jamie Wilson for Team Chimera in third. AAA for Asymmetric in fourth. Adam Wright for BSTV took home the honours for the AM class. So congratulations to him. I'm sure we'll be talking to him. Jeremiah McClintock finished in sixth. Seventh was Chris Shaw for Ascari Autosport. Sorry, I should go back to Jeremiah McClintock, who is VTS USA Black. In eighth, Kevin De Winter finished for Stage 1 Racing. Ninth was Ben Cullen for Northern Lights Racing Scuderia Haggis. 10th was Barry Van Engelenhoven for Dutchess Esports. Paul Robinson finished 11th for VTS USA Black. Asymmetric Audi was brought home by Tom Stanley in 12th place, who overtook 20 cars from the start. So good effort from Tom.
Well done, Tom.
Yeah, that's pretty epic. 13th was Ralph Cullinan for Work Guard by Result. 14th was Stefan Goebel for VTS Germany Yellow. For VTS USA Yellow, Jacob Lebrun came back in 15th. 16th was Marcus Bletz for VTS Germany Black. Those boys need to spread out a bit, I think. They all finished in the same place. Larry Delange in 17th for Dutchies Esports. And in the Paceworks Esports Yellow car was Sammy Bytorp in 18th. Right, where am I? Sammy. Where was Sammy on that list? There he is. So 19th was Andy Maxwell for Optical. Team Automex car was brought home in 20th by Roy Ververker. 21st was Simon Chester for Northern Lights Racing Scuderia Haggis. Anthony Jacobson finished 22nd for the Result Headwear car. Another optical car, Charles Kellyman, finished 23rd. And 24th was Marco Loert for VTS Germany Black. Safeguard by Result car, Roger Morton, you remember him with the barn door attached to the front of his car, in 25th. 26th was Marcel Kempenaar for Dutchies Esports. 27th was Frank T-Bosch for Result Spyro. And then Alan Toon should be next, for Safeguard by Result in 28th. Daniel Giudici, is that good, Clyde? Hey, you finally got it. Finally.
Guidici.
And then what Bell said for BSTV Esports in 29th, PVG in 30th for Result Spyro. James Underhill for Northern Lights Racing GT Amiga finished 31st. 32nd was Luka Lechovic for the Paceworks Esport Ireland car, the only McLaren in the field. 33rd was Mick Mullard in the Black Box Sim Racing Bake car. And 34th was Robert Schoenleber in the Molnar Motorsports Sim Racing car.
Okay, cheers for that, Pete. So take a swig of your drink, and we shall bring in our race winner, Tice Simons.
Yes.
Good evening, Tice. How are you doing tonight?
Yeah, I'm feeling a bit better than the previous few races. So.
And a lot better than the media day, I'm sure.
I don't want to talk about that.
You don't, but I do. Anyway, brilliant race. You led literally from start to finish. There was only a couple of people led any laps when you were pitted, or in that pit window, I should say. Everything went exactly to a plan, did it?
Yeah, and luckily there was no safety car because I had a strategy before I went into the race, and yeah, everything paid off, and the tire wear was less than expected. So yeah, I was just doing my thing, keeping the tires nice and healthy, because I was during the S's, I was just driving very carefully, not sliding the tires too much, listening carefully if I don't spin, if I don't understeer, so otherwise I would have destroyed the tires. And thankfully it paid off. I didn't have to take any tires during the pit stops, so yeah, I'm glad it turned out okay.
Yeah, I mean, your race strategy and style was excellent because you pulled out steadily to about a 10-second gap, which stayed about a 10-second gap for the whole of the race. So you must have been managing your lap times from that point on.
Yeah, that's exactly like you said. I was just making sure I didn't overcommit any corners or spawn it out by myself, because otherwise I would have not slept nicely this night.
No, true, and neither would any of your teammates if they'd been anywhere near you, because you kept them safe by staying at the front.
Yeah, I hope they did also all right. I believe Sammy had a decent result, and Luca unfortunately disconnected, so that's a shame. Don't know what happened yet, but I'm sure we're gonna have a chat about it afterwards.
Yeah, Luca was the one driving the McLaren, wasn't he?
Correct. Yep.
Yeah, okay. And we've mentioned a few times about the charity that you've painted your cars pink for, which is Prostate Cancer UK and Mind. Anything you want to say about those two charities at the minute?
Yeah, like we've we've set goals on the beginning for these charities, and they were like £100 each, and that was at the beginning of the month. And yeah, like it's insane how far we are already, and the month is not even finished yet. Like we have reset our goals to £500 in each, so £1,000 in total. And for Prostate Cancer UK, we already reached that £500, and then for Mind UK, we have something like £400 in it right now. So that's absolutely mind blowing how much support there is. And also thanks to you guys that you also at the BSTV esports team livery painted in pink and sending the links around. Like that was a massive help in order for us to reach our goals.
Yeah, well, hopefully everybody on the chat will respond and tell all their friends to donate generously for the cause and get you up to £750 for each, because that's the idea, isn't it?
That would be epic.
Yeah, Epic is our middle name, isn't it, Clyde? Is that right? It's Epic, yeah.
Well, yours is Princess.
Oh, mine is Princess at the moment. Don't know why. It changes every week. At least it's one of the least offensive ones that he calls me, so that's fine. Anybody you'd like to have a shout out to before you go and pop several bottles of simulated champagne, Tice?
No, I guess it's going to be real champagne.
Hey, good lad.
Now, of course, my team, like the support they gave me in order to reach this level, like they provided also good setups, worked well with each other on setups, so that is a massive help. Of course, our sponsors, yeah, there are a few, like if I'm going to say them out loud now, I'm sure I'll forget one, so I won't even bother.
Oh, no, you got to do some, because otherwise they don't get a mention.
That's true. Like we have iPidding, Immortal, Abruzzi. We have a new one, Cracked Coffee, that is recently, like a week ago, is our new sponsor. We have a priori Josh Thompson, our driver coach, and of course Kieran Chung with his sim racing photography. Wow, hard word to pronounce.
Yeah, the coffee one sounds good. Can you get us any freebies?
Do we get any free crack coffee? That sounds good.
I can send you a link.
Awesome. Carry on with your list.
No, I believe that was about it.
Oh, right. Okay, cool. In that case, congratulations, Tyson Simons, and our race winner for the night and all of the race tonight. Congratulations.
Yeah, well done, mate.
Thanks.
Okay, so that was our race winner. So let's get our second place driver in, Martin Versluven. First of all, apologies for murdering your name. Do you want to put us right?
Yeah, it's in Dutch. There's Martijn Versleeuwen.
Right.
So take some practice, Clyde.
So let's welcome to the booth MV.
That's right. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
So you started second. You finished second. What was that down to? You didn't seem to have anything for Tice. Was it the BMW was just better round here, or was Tice just the better driver around here?
Well, looking at previous races, Thijs is just a little bit quicker. Again, in qualifying, like last race, he was quicker, and today in the race as well.
Yeah, I think with Tice, you need to somehow get inside his head and make him angry. That's how you beat him. But
Yeah.
You didn't seem to have any major dramas in the race. You had there was the gap to Tice in front, and you worked a nice gap to the car in third. So at that point, was had you conceded the win and thought, I'll just peg it back a little bit and make sure I take home this second place? Or was you still, battling hard and hoping that Tice made a mistake?
No, I was just cruising for P2, hoping that he made a mistake. But other than that, I think P2 was the maximum today.
Okay, and your teammates. So BVE. I've just made that one up as well. Or I want to call him B-Van because I think that sounds really good. He managed to finish in the top 10.
Yeah.
Larry 17th, I think, and then Marcel down in 26th. So
Yeah.
not a bad evening for the team in general.
No, I think Barry had a strong race without many mistakes or crashes. And Marcel, it was the first race for Marcel this evening. Marcel and Larry had some incidents, but overall, no, not a bad evening.
Excellent. So congratulations on your second place. Before we let you go, anybody you'd like to thank?
Yeah, my teammates, but because they are a strong help during the week, working with the setup and so it's all a team game.
Excellent. So, ladies and gents, your second place finisher, MV.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so let's get our buddy in, and third place finisher for you, Pete, Jamie Wilson.
Jamie, good evening. How are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad.
Yeah, I may have lost money on you because I had you down for the win for this one.
Oh, that was
Who
otherwise.
who had Ty Simons? One of
No,
us called
Nobody.
nobody.
Me.
What?
You.
Right, that was you, was it? I'm gonna have to watch the
I
replay,
thought
mate.
you
See if
said-
you're lying.
I thought he said Martin Van Schluven, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I did it as well.
That's what I said, MV. not
Oh
me.
right, I thought you said me. All
Oh,
right.
yeah, me too. Okay,
It's all right.
sorry.
When we lack professionalism, Jamie, don't worry about it. So, Jamie, third place, one up from where you started. You set off, and there was all sorts of chaos immediately around you, and you managed to avoid pretty much all of it because Chris Shaw got involved in some stuff and got shuffled down the order. I think he spun his car in spoon and caused a lot of people to stack up and let you get away a bit. And then, yeah, there was all sorts of chaos, but it all seemed to be around you, not including you.
Yeah, I was quite fortunate and unfortunate at the same time. I had the mother and father of all near accidents coming out of Degner 2 because I caught, as I said on the
Oh, we
last
saw that a
broadcast,
minute ago, yeah.
Yeah, the back of the curbs here are just super deadly. So if you run slightly wide, you can basically toboggan your way down there, and it can spit you out a bit at an angle. So yeah, that happened then. I managed to save it and thought, oh, that was lucky. And then Chris seemed to bin it of his own volition somehow. It's a bit of a mystery as to how he managed that. But yeah, second part of Spoon, and I was like, I'm already committed on the right. I'm just going to have to throw it at the scenery and try and get around it, and just cringe waiting for the thump in the side, and it never came. The unfortunate thing was that put me on the Adam Wright Express. You know, it's like the trolley train of old. This time I didn't have a ticket, and the penalty fare was to be stuck behind him for ages. So
he was quick tonight, though.
He was
very quick.
He was very, very quick, and he was also defending super, super well because he wasn't giving me a bar of it. I was sort of sat there just flummoxed for like 5 laps, thinking, how on earth am I going to make something happen here? And in the end, I had a couple of sort of chances that would have been low percentage moves, so I thought, no. And then I just managed to get a really good run through 130R, and I just absolutely sent it. And, you know, credit to him, he then facilitated it at that point. So
yeah, that was the move where I said to the guys in the booth, it was brave, but it was also on the understanding that the other car is complicit with what you're trying to do, and he was. He knew it wasn't his ultimate fight because you're in different classes, and he gave you enough room to fight with, didn't he?
Yeah, when you're racing someone for that long, you know, a good, I don't know how many laps that was, but it was quite a few laps. And we've obviously raced in, you know, the V8s and stuff before as well. So you get to sort of, he picked out the advantages of his car over mine quite early on, and was driving in such a way to take the most advantage of the fact that his throttle seems to go to 115%. That was the problem I had. All the speed in the corners, and I could do sod all about it whenever he got to a straight. And then yeah, after that I managed to get past. Chris shadowed me for a bit. He changed tyres, which surprised me. I didn't change tyres at all. and then it was just a matter of I was watching the gap to AAA. I managed to pull in a fair bit of it before he pitted. I understand now that he had a spin. I didn't know that at the time.
He did in Spoon, yeah.
Yeah, he's got a good story about that you'll enjoy.
Oh, good.
Make sure you press him on that. He doesn't try and hide it because it's a great one.
He's scratching his nads or something on the way around the court.
No, not
okay.
quite. That is another good one.
Yeah.
But speaking of experience there, Pete, I'm sure.
No, I remember having a race with Clyde in it, where we hadn't yet collided with one another. And all I heard at the other end of the microphone was, "Ow!" And I was like, What's happened? And he went, I had an itch on my leg. And he wears a VR headset, so he reached out to scratch his VR leg, didn't you, Clyde?
I did, yeah.
And you did what? You punched your desk.
I did.
So yeah, that happened. Anyway, brilliant race though, and very well controlled. It has to be said. Up one position from the start, but when you're at the pointy end, there's not many positions to go forward to. Brilliant racing. Anybody you'd like to thank or have a shout out to before we let you go?
Yeah, you guys as usual for the broadcast as ever. Looking forward to watching it back, and Ben Tusting for not being here because it seems to be a good omen. He's off. He's at Silverstone racing in a historic series as he normally does. He's driving a 1969 very flammable bathtub was the way that I described it. So,
what is it really?
I actually can't remember. It's some sort of
right.
sports prototype from the era.
Right. Okay. Well, always a pleasure to talk to you, and even more of a pleasure to watch you racing because it's always exciting. Congratulations, Jamie Wilson, our third place finisher at Suzuka.
Cheers, guys.
Okay, so let's bring in the last of our pro drivers for an interview. The man that blanked us for a whole season and wouldn't come in for an interview, and now we can't seem to get rid of him. Abdullah Amri, welcome to the booth.
Hi guys. Evening.
Evening. So you was having a fairly successful evening, running round in the third position. And then we saw you have a little spin all on your own. And we've just been told that there's a little story behind it. Would you like to elaborate on that?
Well, it's a bit embarrassing, but I'm used to that. So I had two spins. One was a spoon. That was just being too eager and too fast in. My boss told me to put my head down and focus, which I did. So for the next spin, this is the mistake I did. Stuart doesn't even know yet. I had a lapped car in front on the start-finish straight. And I was so eager to get by. I tried to flash the car with my headlights, and I pressed the button to switch off the traction. I wasn't aware until the hairpin. I see the car spinning. I started complaining to Stuart. I'm like, Stuart, no tires anymore. Not thinking I had the traction off. So I'm so upset with that. But yeah, it was and that's how Jamie got by.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you was on there for that third spot on the podium.
Yeah.
And well, it's something you'll learn from, no doubt. But apart from that, we've seen especially your GT3 car, because obviously we see you in GT4s and V8s now. But we've seen your Mercedes looking rather ragged on the rear end at some of the races, but it looked a bit more, well, at least when the traction control was on, it looked a bit more on rails tonight. Was that a conscious effort with the setup?
Yeah, the setup we had and the pace I had, I was comfortable with the car. Very early on during practice, felt happy with it. And during qualifying, I was on for a 59.5 when I made a mistake and had an off track. So I had the pace. Unfortunately, the tires did fall off after my second pit stop, and that was the best we could have done. If it wasn't for this spin, yeah, but I'll still take fourth. And at the moment, I'm still leading with the points, I think, after it all works out. So it's good. It's a good result for me.
Excellent. Well, glad to hear you're still enjoying yourself. Before we let you go, anybody you'd like to thank?
Yeah, always got to thank you guys for what you're doing. It's great fun, and Stuart as well, and Tom. Unfortunately for Tom, he had a few issues in the race, but I hope he enjoyed it. So thanks to you and my team as well. It's great.
Excellent. Well, thanks for joining us in the booth again. Thanks for being honest and sharing your rookie mistake with us. And congratulations on your fourth place, Abdul
Thank you.
Al-Amri.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, Pete. So we have a special treat for you now. Our one and only AM winner and BSTV esports driver, Pretty in Pink, Adam Wright.
Right, before we get anywhere, Adam, I'm going to have to say this. BSTV car wins a race. Can I get a hallelujah from everybody in the booth?
Hallelujah!
Oh, my. Right, so now that's dispensed with, you've won...
That makes you feel better, huh, Adam? Yeah, right.
Loads better.
So you won your class and did it in absolute style. What is wrong with you? You're winning races for BSTV.
I have no idea. I think we need to stop now.
Yeah, season ends now.
Yeah.
He is in fact one of us, isn't he? That was a good answer.
Yeah, totally right. Jeremiah didn't let you go though, did he? He was on you like white on rice for the whole race.
Yeah, to be honest, at the last stop, I thought it was going to be closer, and I was looking for him thinking he got ahead of me, but he ended up behind me, which was good, but I didn't enjoy it.
And we saw you in and around some accidents, a bit like when we spoke to Jamie Wilson before, but you managed to avoid them all. It was like, well, you're not quite like who was Moses the other week? I don't remember. But you seem to get away with not being involved in other people's incidents. It was very impressive.
Yeah, we had the one at Spoon at the start, which I took a little bit of a tap, which actually gave me over 2 minutes worth of optionals. But the car felt all right and the speed was there, so
Yeah,
I didn't
crack on.
didn't use the fast repair and kept going.
You take tyres at all?
No tyres.
No tyres. Illegal. And racing in pink. How'd you find that?
It's a lovely colour. I think we should keep it. It's nice.
Is it now your lucky racing colour?
We'll see if I don't win next week or in a fortnight. Then we'll get rid of it. Try a different one.
Awesome. Any standout moments for you?
Not really. No, just racing with JT all the way. Yeah, it's flat out. I felt like I was qualifying all the time. To be fair, so yeah, everyone raced pretty good. So it's a good race.
Yeah, and the race obviously cleaned up after I think it was about 7 or 8 laps, and everybody got into their rhythm, and you certainly did. And then you started picking up positions all the way through, and overall you finished 5th, which is impressive, seeing as you're in the AM class of cars, competing against guys with I ratings higher than yours in the officials, of course. Doesn't mean they're necessarily better than you at all. But fantastic driving. Was the setup yours, or was it from somewhere else, or what?
No, I buy my setups from a well-known setup shop.
Right.
So
Okay.
I haven't got the patience to be developing setups, but
Yeah, for me, it's not
works.
the patience so much as the time. I just don't find the time to do 1,600 laps of Suzuka. Do you know anybody that does 600 laps of Suzuka? 1,600. Do you know anybody who would do that?
I can guess that Mr. Namela probably done something along those lines.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Good answer.
He's a bit strange, isn't he?
Yeah, it's a little bit.
Yeah, but he's good as well, so you can't knock it either, which is annoying.
I can knock him off the track though.
Oh, I can do that. I do that regular. Anyway, anybody you'd like to thank or shout out to celebrate your class victory?
Just you guys, really. Backfire Simsport TV. Yeah, it's good that we had a good result when we got a special livery on today. So, yeah, really happy.
Awesome stuff. Thank you very much for an entertaining night's racing and a brilliant finishing position, the best one you could hope for. Adam Wright.
No worries, thank you.
Yeah, nice going, Adam.
Cheers, Bill.
Okay, so last but not least, let's get in our fourth place finisher in AM, and I believe ninth overall, Ben Cullen. Welcome to the booth.
Good evening.
Good evening. So, we didn't really see a lot of you tonight. You had or from our point of view, you had a fairly quiet, and I'm going to say trouble-free, but I'm sure you'll point out any incidents you had. But we didn't see a great deal of you.
Back the cameraman.
Yeah, he is a bit of an amateur, to be fair. But no, we're just seeing a moment on the screen now where it looked like you was going to have a dive down the inside, and thought better of it. Tell us about your race. Any standout moments?
No, I got away cleanly at the start. I don't know what happened behind me. Set it into a rhythm, trying to avoid not going into the back of James, a teammate in front of me. And then we were coming around 180R, and I think it was Stefan Goebel pulled a move on somebody, and then kind of hit the brakes, and we all had to take a void in action. Kevin had the run on me, so I let him go, and then Ralph Cullinan just drove into the side of me, which is why I said he was dead to me in the chat. And that was lap 6, and I had to use my fast repair because my steering was at 45 degrees. But fortunately, I was there at pit entry. Then after that, dropped me down to P30, I think, is when it came out in the pits. And just try and get as much back as I could. So happy with recovering to 4th.
Yeah, it's the AM standings we went through at the start of the race. It's very tight, isn't it, between you and Kevin?
Yeah, ideally, I'd like to have picked in. Oh, this is it now on screen. You're going to see Ralph driving to the side of me. There we go. Cheers for that. Yeah, between me and Kevin, it's very tight. I'd have ideally liked to have picked him to get those 5 points, but from where I was sat to really only losing out 5 points to him is very good. I think the favourite, kind of the strongest runner out of us AMs is JT. He wasn't there for the last round, but he was very dominant the 2 races he did beforehand.
Yeah, he did. I think in one of the interviews we did with him, he did say that he is a lot better driver than his iRating suggests because he just doesn't do official races. But obviously we had to sort the pros and the AMs out, by some means, and iRating was the way we did it.
I do too many. I do the opposite.
Do you believe that you've got a chance of winning the AM Championship?
If I can keep getting consistent finishes, I don't think I've been outside top 5 out of these first 4 rounds, then anything's possible. People miss rounds or make mistakes. It's going to come down to it. As you say, it's very tight at the top. So hopefully I can stay clean and be pushing. We'll see. There's still plenty of racing to go.
Yeah, it only takes one of your competitors to have a bad race and you to have a good race to get a very big point swing.
Precisely. Looking at the schedule, I don't feel confident with Le Mans. It's not really a track for the BMW. It'll be topping out there like crazy. But the other tracks I'm happy with and confident with that I can get results there as long as it is staying clean.
Yeah, well, that's certainly going to be a big deciding factor in the championship. Is you know, like you say, staying clean either through skill, luck, or a bit of both. So so far, so good. And anybody you'd like to thank before we let you go?
I'd like to say thanks to my teammates at Northern Lights Racing. Having a good chat and discussion with them. Obviously, it's a little bit difficult sometimes because I'm on a different car, so it's slightly difficult. I'd like to say thanks to you guys. Thanks for the in-car commentary as well. I do enjoy that. Flashing the lights, so I have to remember where the button is sometimes.
Yeah, well, don't do a AAA.
No, I don't have that on my steering wheel, so I'm fine. The only worry I've got is my pit limiters next to my lights. That could be the issue.
Right.
So yeah, thanks to you guys for putting this all on, and thanks to Sam and Marco and everybody.
Excellent. Well, always a pleasure talking to you, Ben. We appreciate your time in the interview room. Congratulations on your finish, and we'll see you next week.
Cheers, guys. Thanks. Bye.
Cheers. Bye bye. Okay, guys. So that's the interviews over. I think Pete nailed it when he was talking to Adam. It was a bit of a chaotic first few laps, although I must admit I've seen worse. And then everything settled down. Tice Simons was obviously the class of the field. Nobody really had anything for him. You know, obviously we're going to celebrate with Adam Wright winning the AM race. But you know, when you look a little bit further down the field, Kevin De Winter, he does it every race, doesn't he? He's nowhere at the start and just picks people off and keeps his nose clean. Two drivers with the pit lane starts, Jacob Lebrun and Marcus Bletz, finished 15th and 16th respectively. So they did really, really well. I think on the whole, from my perspective anyway, it was another fantastic race in this series.
It was a very, very entertaining race. The first 6 or 7 laps had some questionable moves from some people, and they need to review that for going forward. But that's 6 or 7 laps out of 45, and we need to remember that. And we had some brilliant racing from that point on, and some great performances. Baz Van Eng, BVE, whatever we want to call him moving forward. B-Van, sorry, yeah, there we go. 13 places moved up from the start, and he's fought for those, as has Tom Stanley. Shame we didn't get him in the chat at some point today. Plus 20 places. That's not done easily, is it? That's effort, that. Kevin De Winter, 9 places. Ben Cullen, who we were speaking to just a minute ago, 7 places. They're all brilliant performances. And that most of those guys who I've just mentioned did that clean. There was obviously the Tom Stanley side drafting disaster that befell. It was at no, it wasn't PVG. That was someone else.
That was Dan Giudici.
Oh yes. And
although Tom, I have seen that Tom has already apologised on Discord.
Right. In that case, good effort there. In terms of sportsmanship, I thought this was very entertaining, and for a Suzuka race, it was pretty clean. Sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? But I've seen some absolutely awful Suzuka races in other series and in the officials. And this was pretty good.
I did a Skippy race at Suzuka once, and 3 cars finished, and I was one of them. Bill, give us your race summary.
Well, I will agree with both of your guys' synopsis of the race. It really first few laps were kind of chaotic, but you know, again, we got a group of cars and you know, trying for the same spot really close together. Sometimes those things happen. All you need is one guy to make an iffy kind of move, and it affects a lot of guys. So, nature of the beast. I mean, we like it better, but you know, we've had some really clean takeoffs too, like Marco alluded to earlier. Places like Silverstone, I can't believe we got through that without a wreck. But anyway, it was a really good race. Some really nice performances. Pete mentioned Tom Stanley and, of course, Ben Cullen. And I forgot the other person he mentioned. But, they really, a lot of people made a really great performance. Tish Simons, he was in a class by himself today. Did really drove excellent. Quite a switch from a couple of his other performances, but that's, hey, those are over. He's moved on and did a great job today, no doubt about it. So, congratulations to the podium winners in both classes, and looking forward to the next one.
And Marco, obviously, these guys have got another 1,555 laps to do to catch up with you for laps in a week around Suzuka. But they didn't do too bad, did they?
Yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah, it's a good. Some bad apples in that race, but like mostly it was really clean and good racing. The tactic wise, it was I think the safety car would have been really nice spice on the race, but maybe next time.
Well, I can tell you for definite there won't be a safety car at Le Mans because of the length of the lap. That was already decided at the start of the season. But Tice Simons' dominant performance, Marco?
Yeah, clean and dominant. Yeah, that was a really good race from Tyson. Kept his cool.
Yeah, nice to not have Angry Bob on the track tonight. And Sam, you're always busy, especially in this series. But again, we had some crashes to show. We had some fantastic moves to show. So on the whole, it evens itself out.
Yeah, we had some fantastic crashes move to show as well, which is a mix of both. But yeah, overall, it was still a great race. I mean, I remember some leagues that I won't call there because they don't exist anymore, which were really bad driving. This one's, yes, as Marco said, we have some bad apples in the lot, but overall, what's still great. So, yeah. Still a good one.
Yeah, definitely. So, what have we got coming up for you this week on BSTV? So, on Wednesday, we are back in GT4 TCR action, and we have our race from Donington Park, and that's sure to be a good one because that's an absolutely fantastic track. Then on Friday, we are back in V8 action with the official Supercar Series and the European Friday Night Strength of Field race from the Daytona Road Course. And then on Saturday, we're in V8 action again. The V8 of the Racetech V8 ESC go to the Circuit of Americas and the West layout. So that's bound to be another fantastic race. So 3 awesome races coming up for you this week with us on BSTV. Make sure you join us. The easiest way to do it is obviously drop our videos a like. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube. You'll never miss a thing. Follow us on Facebook and you will get reminders for all the events. So we shall now close this broadcast. I'd like to thank everybody that joined in on the chat, all the drivers that took part, Bill, Marco, Sam and Princess Pete for joining me in the booth. I've been Clyde Whiting. I will say goodnight, let the guys say goodnight, and then we'll close. So good night, everybody.
Yeah, good night, everybody. I've really enjoyed this one. There's been some real engagement on the chat, so thanks to everybody who contributed to that. And I'll see you all next time.
Yeah, good night, everybody. Thanks to all the drivers that showed up. That you did a really good job. Thanks to my colleagues, the people in the chat, and looking forward to the next one down the road. So have a good evening, everybody.
Good night and thanks.
No way. 3 words. That's amazing, Marco. I'm gonna call you Marco this time. Well, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you on Wednesday.